A wise man once said, "Biddy this, biddy that, but at the end of the day, it's all biddy." Hey guys, my name is Drew Philip Elias. I am the co-host of Between Earth Podcast, here with my other co-host on the other end of the table, way over there, Mr. Alden Mendez. And here in the middle, to my left, is our good friend, Mr. Christopher James.
The One Piece himself.
Yes, Mr. One Piece.
Mr. One Piece.
When people say the One Piece is real, it's because
they
CJ
haven't
is real.
found CJ.
They haven't found
Like
CJ.
the crew's on its way over here.
He's right here.
search, bro.
Yeah.
Does that mean
gotta
I'm
search.
Gold D. Roger? Probably.
I don't know. So,
What's up?
before we went to the episode 119
Oh god.
on One Piece film Red, goddamn, One Piece is great. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. This is maybe like our fourth time we've ever talked about One Piece. We always do like tidbits here and
Yeah,
there. You know what? So we did our
snippets.
first initial episode, which was like,
And it's my fault. It's my fault because you're cut up. You're cut up. I'm not cut up. So when we talk about it, it's very vague. Coming into the room, I was like, the laughing is a thing, right? Like in One Piece, because everybody has had this, and I seen this like pattern that everybody's like, oh, or ha ha yaha yaha or some shit.
every villain has a different laugh too.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's crazy, and that's why I pushed myself to read 300 chapters.
No, I said this last Nerd Down. Aldo's full of it because like for two and a half years, me and CJ have been telling
just
Aldo
wish
to
somebody would've
read,
told me before.
bro.
If he would have told me before to read,
We should have put it.
Like people are dumb. So like so many people don't read manga and like prefer watching anime that like whenever you tell them that there's 1,050 episodes of One Piece, they're like, "Oh, I'm never gonna watch that. Oh, that's mid. Oh, that's all filler. What are you talking about?"
because it's not reading. Like Mashuko Tensei is reading.
Right.
what I'm saying?
Michiko Tensei is a light novel.
Yeah.
Like a One Piece chapter, you can read in like 2-3 minutes. It's 20 panels. It is 20 panels that makes up a whole chapter.
Of not full sentences. Just
Right.
a
So like
conversation.
you being so hard headed and being like, no, I'm gonna watch it. I'm really gonna watch like 500 hours of fucking
not gonna
television.
happen.
I did watch when I read it. I did watch the fight between Zoro and the sword angel. You know what I'm saying? The one that had the sword with like the cloud metal.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Om. Resistance. Yeah.
With the dog. The guy with the dog.
Yeah, the dog fucked up. Like, that's the worst dog ever in anime history. But really good. I did catch up to chapter 300, so that's fun.
Woo, 300 like less than a third through One Piece, but like I'm so happy for you because what me and CJ were talking about when Aldo came in was like having just finished Skypiea. The next like 200-300 chapter run is like the best shonen manga run of that size ever. Ever.
Because I've heard that a lot of people skip Skypiea.
Yeah, I honestly, yeah.
Because Skypiea matters more now.
Now, in hindsight, yeah. Like,
At the time, like the run you're about to do, that's what people wanted because like it's weird that Skypiea is like such a different story, a more like removed story until like but it sets up a lot of what we're learning about like the Void Century and like different races and like what it means to travel in the skies.
When I came in, I did show you a panel of a guy in Skypiea that looks like a guy that I saw in the movie. The big fucking guy with the circle and the cross kind of thing with a beanie. What's his name? the cold guy.
yeah, Kuzan.
Kuzan.
Yeah.
Was Kuzan in the movie?
Was
I don't think Kuzan was in the movie.
he? Or maybe I'm
No.
just thinking from like the episode 1000 that we watched.
Oh no, Kuzan wasn't in that.
No.
No.
I don't know, but I seen him because he gets big, right?
I wish you remembered the name of the character.
No, Kuzan. I'm not gonna. Well, he doesn't get big. Like in real life, he's like, what is he like? 8 feet tall. He's like a tall ass fucking dude.
Well, anyways, like you telling me that Skypiea matters more now than that. That's what I was like. I thought.
That's what I'm not gonna spoil it, but like I think it's so funny that like you're there and like I see it in real time because you're like the laughing's really important, right? Skypiea is really interesting and kind of different and seems like it's foreshadowing a bunch of stuff. Like you're there, bro. Like you get it and you don't even know yet, bro. And that's amazing. Like that's so
It's
cool because like these are chapters came out like 15 years ago or something ridiculous. You know what I mean?
It feels like I'm in a fucking time machine.
And at the time, like I was like in high school when those chapters were coming out, and when those episodes were coming out, so I would catch like an episode here and there. I wasn't really reading yet, and like you know like in like online discourse in general, like Twitter was very young back then. That's when people were like the early days of Reddit, and people actively discussing chapters and stuff like that. And you get that before. Or like right after Google bought YouTube, so it's still like YouTube's still like an unregulated system. So you get like all these clips, all these videos, all these discussions.
You basically get like the whole panel by panel.
Well, that's what I heard too. Like
we were like experiencing it in real time. Yeah,
I've heard that too. Like the best thing about One Piece is talking to your friend and theorizing about the whole thing.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Every time Drew texts me like the chapter. Like we immediately like, oh, what do you think this meant? What do you think this meant? We'll just like go, just bounce ideas off.
But like, I'm glad like you're understanding what you're supposed to, and like it's sticking out in your head. You know what I mean? And that's really really cool because Aldo made fun of me and CJ one time because we all went to a sports bar to go watch the Sweet 16 Texas Tech men's basketball game.
I didn't make fun of you guys.
Well, yes, you did. You got mad at us because that was the day that the Gear 4th chapter came out, and like the Gear 5th chapter came out, and you were mad at me and CJ for like being on our phones, like reading the manga in the bar.
I did mention that, but dude, I saw Gear 5 in the movie, which is what this episode's about.
You see the back,
huh?
You see the back.
You see a little front snippet of it real quick, like a little black and white.
And he's smiling.
Yeah, and he's smiling, which is awesome.
In some context, One Piece Film Red, like all of the One Piece movies, is non-canon. But One Piece Film Red sits in this weird gray area where like some of it's canon, but not all of it's canon.
So
we'll see if you had watched Strong World. Some of that. There's like bits and pieces that are
a lot of like the backstory for characters is canon.
Like there's specific characters that are canon, and then there's like but what they're doing is like not canon.
Whenever they have like an isolated adventure on a new island in the movie, that's not canon because we know where they are.
I love having these One Piece episodes because I feel challenged, like to what I'm watching instead of just watching, giving my opinion.
Yeah.
Like so. I wanted to get through chapter 300. I watched a couple of the fight scenes like today, like when Vinay got out of work, when we went home, and I watched some of the fight scenes. Like I watched the chopper fight that he fucking loses horribly, but it was good. It was a good scene.
Oh, but did you see him beat the first guy first?
I still don't know what Nami's power is. It fucking is like she has this rod with like climate change powers.
Yeah.
Which is cool too.
Oh, but he learns like she gets better with it in the next.
I know because I saw episode 100 and 1,000 with you guys.
Yeah.
You know, and Nami shows like that same power that I remember for our long park.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh shit, like this is what it turns to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just crazy to watch. And then seeing Yazap and Usopp.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Honestly, this is what I would like. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Back to my point. I didn't do my homework on searching up what part of the story is canon. So it's about pretty much Shanks bringing up
the whole island story is not canon.
Correct.
Because we know in the manga where the crew is at all times. Like that never happened. But the backstory, the flashback of them being kids on Whale Island, Oda in barely 3-4 chapters ago did make it canon. Finally,
he threw it in there. He was like, "Oh, by the way,
there was a flashback in a chapter 3 weeks ago where what's her name? Uta is in there. Yeah.
And also Shanks with the Roger Pirates, right?
We knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that! Oh my! I'm like, duh. I'm like, oh my god! You didn't know that!
I forgot.
So was Buggy.
I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
So was Buggy the Clown. Buggy the Clown
bro.
And Shanks were best friends on Goldie Roger's ship.
And
that's crazy, bro.
And I think Buggy ate the fruit, right? And when Shanks had the fruit.
Yeah.
And then Buggy ate it, and they were and that's where they separated, right?
No, well, they just kind of grew. Well, when Goldie
grew
Roger
apart.
got executed, the crew got disbanded,
Oh,
and they
okay.
just kind of all did their own
No,
thing.
Well, when Buggy ate his fruit, I think he sees.
It was when he was a kid, 'cause he steals the fruit from
he takes a
Shanks.
fruit. No, he takes a fruit from the ship that they're on. From you don't know that it's Roger's ship,
Oh,
but he
okay.
just takes a
correct,
fruit from the
correct.
ship.
That's what I
and
remember
then
for
Shanks
Avalon
comes up
Park.
to him and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing, buddy?" And he fucking eats
No,
it.
from Alabasta, right? That's where it was.
I can't remember where they show it, but yeah. He eats it because Shanks creeps up on him and he scares him.
And you know what's great about this dynamic that I'm watching like 15 years in the past, and you guys watching it now, that I can remind you guys of like what was
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
oh
with that?
yeah, I agree. I'm really bad with.
I'm
all
not gonna lie,
character
I was
names.
actually rewatching some of the
Me-
arcs
me-
not so long ago. I
And
was
then-
rewatching and the one you're gonna come up on. I was rewatching it.
Enies Lobby.
Yeah.
And then also like the prequels to the chapters in One Piece, they showed you like how the Wapon metal is made or the Wampon metal is made.
Oh, Wapo metal.
Yeah, Wapon metal is made and stuff.
That's
Well,
crazy that
It's
goofy
canon
ass- yeah.
to Frankie.
Yeah,
it's
that's
canon
how he-
to Frankie's metal, right?
Yeah.
Hon- honestly, what is it?
crazy.
Oda has a specific word for them. They're like pre-chapter stories or something.
Preludes.
What do you mean, the cover stories?
Cover stories or like the cover stories like right
Arcane.
now are like have been really crazy for like 100 chapters because like
That's a bit crazy.
we're,
stuff
we're
happening.
so focused on what the Straw Hat Crew's doing, and there's all this other stuff in the background that we don't know. But like they've been, Oda's been explaining it in the cover stories, and it's crazy. Like
little stuff that's been going on around the world.
Sanji's like dad is about to fight like the gas fruit in the most recent like cover page, and we're just like, how did this happen?
Yeah, it's crazy because later on you find out. Well, I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to spoil too much. I'm not gonna say it, but it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just man, a lot of dude. He's in for a journey.
I know, I am.
So
I am.
You're
exciting.
in for a crazy ride. bro.
I was talking to you about this just like off mic, and I had to stop myself. That One Piece, right now, at the point that I am, just by reading it, it reminds me a lot of like Hunter x Hunter, where we at in Hunter x Hunter, because Hunter x Hunter, right now, it's like the pinnacle of what the Demon Tournament wanted to be in Yu Yu Hakusho.
What Aldo means as in right
to me.
now, even though he's talking about like a 6-year-old season,
No.
is that like for the past 2 weeks
Right
and the
now
next
as-
2
yeah,
weeks
Chimera
for the podcast, we're gonna talk about the Chimera Ant arc. But we give
okay.
ourselves 4 weeks to watch it because it's like 42 episodes or
That's
something
such a
like that.
good
It's like
one,
60
man. I love
It's like
that
si-
arc.
oh, yeah,
I
it's like
love
60
this.
episodes.
I love that arc.
It's
so
everyone's
much.
favorite. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
heck yeah,
It's like
awesome.
you're absolutely crazy if you don't think
If
it's
you
like
don't
peak
cry at
shonen.
the end, I'm upset.
Oh, well, Aldo's seen it, right?
yeah, he's,
Oh yeah, we've Viennese the only one that
Hasn't seen it. Okay.
Right.
because we have that. we
so
have
she's
the-
gonna-
So we're
Ball
gonna
her eyes
feed
out.
off of like what Viennese experience
She's gonna
was.
ball her eyes out, man. I can tell right now.
Well, if anything, like I'm watching it too quickly because I considered just jumping on the Viz app and reading it. And I was like, I could read this real quick. But like, I love watching it because like, if anything, I'm a week ahead. Like I'm already on like episode like 40 something.
Oh wow.
Just because like the nature of Hunter x Hunter, it's just
I like how it
the
starts.
perfect shonen.
I like how the Chimera arc starts with
Meeting Kite?
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, if you read the manga, like I know you apparently I never read the manga, but I know he comes out like at the very beginning, like at the very very start. They show that he has a relationship with Gon. That's why in the anime when they first show him up, you're like they already have an established like friendship, and you're just like, well, how the fuck did that happen? Where did this guy come from? But they actually explain it. But we're not here to talk about.
But I think all those points like apt.
I get it. I get what you're saying though.
No,
I get it.
yeah, it's just that peak shonen feel. You know what I mean?
You watch it and you're like, dude, this is so good.
We were having this conversation before we started recording, and you brought up like, oh yeah, I just read all of Demon Slayer the other night. It's the same feeling. Like something about just shonen writing in general in manga form is just so like digestible. Like it's like
can-
addicting. Like the second you pick it up, like you can't just put it down. It's ridiculous.
And it's crazy because it's your imagination going wild. So like if you can just imagine things like in your head, you're
And
just
the
like,
way
oh,
they
this is insane.
ramp up shit, dude. The way they ramp up shit. The way they ramp up like everybody individually at the same time. But it's just like, oh shit, what the fuck is Zoro doing? Oh shit, what the fuck is Sanji doing? Oh shit, what the fuck is Usopp
I
doing?
guess-
Oh shit. And then everything just like trickles up into Luffy, and Luffy ends obviously the boss battle all the time. You know what I'm saying? And
I think that part's important later on because you get so used to that type of storytelling. Once Luffy starts losing and bad stuff actively starts happening to Luffy, you feel it that much more. I'm just like, what was those other 400 chapters? What did
like,
you
what
just
the
do to
heck?
me?
Yeah.
Like, that's mean. But, like, it's very, like, good, like, having a narrative fake, like, really involves your audience even more because then they can't accurately predict what's going to happen.
And like even now, like just reading the 300 chapters that I've read from One Piece, I'm so excited for like the future because I have 800 chapters to go or more to catch up.
By then, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, we're almost to 11.
so what I've noticed is that sometimes we have like Robin episodes, Luffy episodes, Usopp episodes, but because when we watch Shonen Short as like Demon Slayer, we don't really get like those instances with everybody.
Right.
They just like
you
put
know?
them all together.
Yeah, they just put them all together. And
That's the point of One Piece. It's like the world building, and that's what like a lot of people don't get, because you get like I'm just an anime fan in general. Like I watch everything, right? Like I shit on Naruto all the time, but like the fights in Naruto are stupendous. You know what I mean? Like I shit on Bleach all the time, but like Bleach is classic. You know,
Hell yeah.
you know what I mean? But like you get like these isolated like sects on like of like nerd internet where people will just like, oh, Naruto's the best for X, Y, and Z reason, and that's why One Piece is dog shit. Like they all have something to bring to the table, and the thing about One Piece is it's the world building. The benefit that we didn't realize at the time that Aldo can see now in real time is that like at 300 chapters we didn't understand how important the world building was getting. The world is so big and flushed out, and there's a million characters, and that's like the benefit you get of having a 30-year-old manga. But like nothing else has that. Nobody else has had that much breathing room to actually
Exactly.
flush out his world like that.
I think what helps. I think what helps too is that, like, for example, like he says he's on like chapter 300. The fact that he knows that there's like about 800 plus more lets him know that like if this is just the tip of this of like all this, and the world is already this like this immersive. Like I can only imagine what's to come, because there's 800 chapters more, so there's only more islands that they're gonna go to, obviously.
And
So
you
it's
know
like,
what?
wow.
And you know what? Just because I know anime and I've seen, you know, and I know how chemistry works, like I smelled the whole like rubber electricity thing with Kami. You know what I'm saying? I saw it
At the time,
Oh,
that was a
heck
big deal.
yeah.
At
No,
the
yeah,
time,
at
that
the
was a big
time,
deal.
2-3 miles away. I know that Ash had to pick up Pikachu with rubber gloves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, yeah. When I first
So-
saw it too, I was like, yeah, obviously nothing's gonna happen to him. It's over. Like, dude, come on. If you know anything about science, if you paid attention in school, even to like
I
third
fell
grade,
for it.
but like,
I fell for it.
You did? Really?
At the time,
did
I
not.
fell for it. At
did
the
not.
time,
I
I
saw
fell
it, and
for
I'm
it.
like, dude, I know he's not. I know nothing's gonna happen. So I was like, I want to know like what's gonna go down.
But then him getting his like arm like engulfed in like
Gold?
a gold ball, I thought he was gonna go drown. I thought he
That
was gonna
was-
fall into the blue ocean.
I'm not gonna lie, that was really creative to heat the gold, so he just like slide. I was like, yo, that's actually. I was like, how's he gonna beat him?
Crazy.
Like, yeah, I was
Crazy.
like, that's smart,
Crazy.
bro.
And then
Oda,
he
on
rings the
keeping
bell,
you on your
and
toes.
then the bell rings, and then it's crazy.
That was a good arc.
It's wild.
I'm glad you like.
I don't think we've seen him since.
Who?
NL.
NL. I don't
Oh,
think
Oh,
we've
this
seen
is the
NL
cover
since.
story. Just
Yeah,
so you
he
read
went
the
to
cover story.
space. That's all we know.
You wanna
Oh,
know? Yeah,
really?
you want to know what
He went
happens
to the
NL?
moon.
Yeah.
Oh,
He goes
cool.
to the moon and he meets moon people, and then he reads like this ancient script text on the moon, like on the walls. But
That was like 400 chapters ago already.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't
it was
understand like what the significance of any of that was still.
yeah, but he sees like
Crazy.
technology on the moon that he was like, what? It's crazy. But yeah, he does meet moon people. So moon people exist. Actually, Skypeans, people with the wings, they actually come from the moon.
Oh.
Yeah, believe it or not.
They didn't say that in Skypiea?
I don't remember
don't.
when they say that, but
They
I'm just
don't in
giving him.
Skypiea?
I'm
They
just
don't?
giving
'Cause
you
I knew that.
Because
Yeah,
there's,
yeah.
there's three types of.
That's
well, I'm
why.
not gonna tell you the
That's
third
why
one,
they
but
were
there's three
able to get into the land because they were so close.
Yeah,
Apparently.
yeah, yeah. And there's three types of people with wings, or like types of sky people. There's the Skypeans, the Roge's
Oh,
people, like the Bulgarians or something like
The
that. It's-
Shagarians or something like that.
no, I can't remember what they are, but he's one of the worst generation. Like I think I don't know if
The
you've seen him
monk?
already. Yeah, he's the monk guy, and it's one of his types. And then there's a third type that I can't tell you, but but there's one of him, and then yeah, there's like the three types of sky people.
Okay, so the Enru on or
NL, NL. I mean, they're both the same thing.
NL. He has a magia. the devil fruit. What was the type of?
Oh, the lightning fruit or whatever.
Oh,
Oh, a
the
Logia!
Logia.
Oh!
I was like, what is this? I thought it was like
It's
about his
'cause-
mantra.
It's because in like previous episodes, every time we've done this, we always talk about Logia fruits, and we're like,
Oh yeah. So he
All
now,
only knows crocodile.
yeah. He's
Blah,
like,
blah, blah.
okay, so now he met another Logia fruit. Yeah. It's
But-
crazy how he
but-
restarts his own fucking heart, man. That's
Yeah,
insane.
that is fucking
That
crazy.
was insane.
That is fucking crazy. The Thor fucking power.
The move?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And honestly, like Enel, well, like it doesn't happen at first with Crocodile, but starting from Enel onwards, every time you meet a new Logia user, like you as an audience and the characters are just like, oh
yeah,
my god,
yeah.
oh no, oh
Like,
no,
'cause
oh no,
'cause
like.
in that one you lucked out because you're like, okay, rubber obviously no effect, but after that you're like,
But
okay, what the
imagine,
hell
just
you're gonna do?
imagine, like
Yeah.
somebody just has the power of just absolute zero. Somebody has like magma,
when Smoker pulled up on him, he was literally about to beat him.
On it-
Had
the
Cloak guy not stopped him.
Smoker argument is what always makes me mad about early One Piece because like with how
I know
broken
Smoker, but I don't know what you're talking about.
with how broken Logias are, like just the fact that he can just turn into like a type of gas should be busted. Should be busted out the ass, bro. And that's how you like Smoker's one of my favorite characters because I love his power. And like it's really early One Piece and it shows really early on like Oda being like just having a good imagination with how he uses his characters. But it makes me so mad the further along we go and we just realize how ass Smoker is.
I hope I see what you're saying. I hope he gets better. Like I do hope like
Just
he gets
the
more like
the gas fruit guy busted.
Yeah,
busted
yeah.
out
He
the
was-
ass.
yeah, he was
The
crazy.
smoke fruit should be the same thing.
Well, it's 'cause what I'm wondering is if like, because like okay, well the gas could be any gas, right? That's like any gas.
So it could be smoke. So like the gas fruit would be like a better version of the smoke
that's
fruit.
what I'm. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Because it
Yeah,
could just be air.
because like smoke is just because in my
He does. He makes like laughing gas, pure oxygen.
because
like,
what is
everything.
smoke? What is smoke?
What also sucks is like Smoker being a like a marine a marine is what fucks it up because like the gas fruit user is
Can do
a
whatever he
chemist. He's a chemist, so he knows about all the gases. He's like, if I take this from the air, that from the air, I can make this gas. Blah 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 blah. Go fuck yourselves. And like like it's busted, like because you can't breathe anything around him. And like
He's low key a genius, no lie.
we just met a character with like the brain fruit, so like he has the power to like record any amount of knowledge that he wants, so his brain just expands infinitely. But he's also like the world's leading scientist, so it's like, oh okay. but like there's a lot of characters in One Piece that are like too inept to use how busted their fruit is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cases of that. And when you do get like those perfect matchups, like somebody that has the power of magnetism, but he's also an engineer, like that's when you get like a railgun in One Piece. Like when that chapter happened, I was like, what am I reading?
That was so bad.
I was like, how did I not think of that? He's an engineer. They've been saying for 500 chapters, yeah, this dude's an engineer. He's got the magnetism
That
fruit.
was so.
I thought I was stupid. I was
Yeah,
like,
no, yeah.
I
When I read it, I was like,
I was
dude,
like,
that's
I'm
so
an
creative.
idiot. Because every time the magnetism guy, even though they always say that he's an engineer, we never saw it, and he would just use magnetism to make a big fist.
Okay, to be fair, when you do a move, fucking what was it? The Gibson Slam, like that's your move. Like I'm not expecting a railgun to pull out of your arsenal. You
Like,
know what I mean?
I feel like I always forgot he was an engineer because he was just like, yeah, big metal
yeah, big
arm
claw,
smash.
I'm gonna Hulk smash it. So it's like, okay, yeah.
That's
when
all
he
we
actually
ever
pulls
knew.
a railgun out, it's like, oh damn, I forgot. You're
yeah,
smart.
like the thing,
you're
like the
actually-
U.S. military spent like billions of dollars trying to produce. Duh,
It's like he just manufactured that willy nilly. I love that.
Do you guys want to start talking about the movie? Like it all.
You know what? Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. But I'm excited to learn more about the fruits too.
Yeah,
Because what kind of
Well,
what
it's
kind
a-
of fruit is the gum fruit?
it's a
We can't
paramecia.
tell. It's a paramecia.
It's a
Paramecia.
it's
Yeah.
a
See,
paramecia.
Yeah, it's
What
a
do you mean we
paramecia.
can't tell him? Yes, it's a paramecia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I-
They said it right.
Yeah,
said
I
what it is.
think they said it, but yeah, I'm excited to learn more about that stuff.
Which is the basic.
Uh-huh.
Which is the one like because they're like
People don't like the naming schemes because paramecia is kind of turned into the catch-all kind of like
well,
category.
paramecia is like the in terms of that, like the way he's saying it. Paramecia is like your basic. Everybody's got a paramecia for you. You know what I mean?
So,
But
like,
only the rare
Like a normal Pokemon type.
It's like
Yeah, think of like
it's because the only two that are very strict like categorizations are the zones. Like if you're any type of animal, like like
Chopper.
Yeah, the human fruit, but then you get like mythical zoans, which are like dinosaurs and dragons and like stuff like that. Like any type of animal, mythical or otherwise, is always going to be zoan, no matter what, no matter what. And like it's very easy to pick that one out. Logias, if you're like an element and you can both turn you and your environment into that element, that's the difference between Logia. But that's why people start getting mad at Paramecia.
But element is kind of used loosely.
Yeah, because like, why
'Cause-
wouldn't rubber be like he turned into
element.
he turned into rubber? Like, why
Because
wouldn't
there's a
that
guy-
be a Logia?
There's a guy that you'll see later. He's like the mud users. Like he turns to mud. That's not really an element.
He's a
But
Logia.
I-
And he's a
but that's
Logia user for some
So
reason.
it's like
Okay.
I get what they're doing, but it's like
But like everyone at that point in chapter 300 that you've met that's a fruit user is basically a Paramecia. Like the kilo fruit, the ton fruit, the sword fruit.
the guy that he was talking about earlier. The guy that you're talking about, the one that you thought was the guy with the beanie, Kuzan.
Kuzan is the
actually-
blue guy?
Yeah.
No,
he-
I'm not talking about him.
Okay. Well, no. Okay. The guy that you're talking about with
With the beanie.
Yeah. If I
Not
thought
the-
he was talking
not,
about Kuzan.
not the blue guy with a fang.
No,
No, that's not
him. That's
Muzan.
not who I'm talking about. That's not who I'm talking about.
Oh,
I'm talking
okay.
about the guy that you
Oh,
confuse
okay,
him with,
okay,
the
okay,
tall
okay,
guy.
okay.
He's actually a Logia user.
But you know who we are. Please follow us on social media, Between Nerds. Email us at betweennerds@gmail.com. betweennerdspodcast@gmail.com. Subscribe to Twitter. Hit that notification bell.
we need subs.
If you're subscribed, make sure to comment because we want to send you something. We want to send you something. I feel like that's what I feel in my
Yeah.
heart.
You guys don't want something for free?
Yeah, exactly.
That's like
CJ was one of the first ones, like 2
Testament.
years ago.
Yeah.
I know most testaments are always just like, yo, he's probably a paid actor. They didn't pay me shit. I'm just here to tell y'all they gave me a free item of something that I really like, which is a One Piece, and it was really awesome. And it's literally it's
I
still
wanted to
hung
keep
up.
it. I wanted to keep it.
Man, I'm gonna take a
Aldo
picture.
did
I'll take a
wanna keep
picture
it.
today and I'll show y'all. It's literally I have the gift y'all gave me, which is the Straw Hat Luffy, and then I have another gift that a friend of mine gave me, which is the 1,000 Sunny that I had to build together, which is pretty cool.
But this is episode 119.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
119 of
119.
One Piece Film Red.
One Piece.
One Piece Film Red.
yeah.
Of One Piece. You said
No, yeah,
of
'cause you
One
said,
Piece
oh.
film.
Yeah.
On,
Episode 119 of Between
On.
Nerds.
on. You
On.
do that. You know what? I know what you meant because you do that a lot for our audio only descriptions, and like I pick them apart. You always say the nerds fall into their discussion of the time I fell into the
Right.
pancreas or
Right,
something.
right,
Like,
right.
and
On
I
the
know he
next
means
episode.
on, so I just like I don't even
On.
mention it anymore. I just like change it and
Like,
just
I know
like
what you mean.
I go through all of Aldo's writing. I'm like his teacher. Like I'm just like what? Every time I see
I know what
Aldo
you mean,
like
right.
wrote a YouTube comment, I'm just like, here I go to edit it.
I know what
I
you
know
mean,
you're there
buddy.
for me. I know you're there for me.
This was funny because I was having this not this argument. I was having this discussion with Karen in real time when we went to like this Italian restaurant, Bella Sera, down the street, and you wrote something that like was just void of punctuation and it didn't read like at all, but I knew what you meant because I know your speaking voice, right?
Correct.
So I'm like just complaining out loud. I'm just like, God damn it, Aldo, this is that. And Karen's like, you need to be nicer to Aldo. Like he speaks 2 languages. This shit's hard. Blah 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 blah. And I was like, he's not using commas. Commas are used exactly the same in English and Spanish.
That is
I was
true.
I know.
I
That
was
is
true.
like,
I do.
no, no.
I don't have autocorrect. I don't have autocorrect on. I don't use autocorrect on because I like it.
They don't
when-
add commas though.
They don't add commas.
No, on autocorrect.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Sorry. Because
should
I like
know when
I
to
like I like when my iPhone tells me I misspell something because
Yeah.
then I see it and I learn it.
He loves run-on
know?
sentences, bro. Just let him.
Hey,
It
my
reads,
whole
it reads
life,
like, it
my
reads
whole-
like crazy.
my whole life is a run off.
That's him. He's literally telling you verbatim. He doesn't
All my
pause. There
thoughts.
is no pauses, bro.
Yeah.
You read that.
I'm going. I'm
Yeah,
not stopping.
he's
right
going.
now.
Anyway, hold on. We're talking about the
Film Red.
the monster hit.
Yeah, really.
One Piece Film Red.
No, how much did it make?
It's the second highest grossing film in Japan ever right now. It's the highest grossing film. No, the third highest grossing anime film in the United States in theatrical release ever as of right now. It's Ichiro Oda at his most involved with any of the One Piece side projects, to include all of the films and the filler episodes.
They really let loose.
Well, Oda wanted that bag. This is what I was complaining. This is what I was complaining about in my head, like in the lead up into One Piece Film Red. Oda was on a press stint for like a year. That's all he wanted to talk about. And these chapters we were getting at the time were kind of not fleshed out entirely. They're not bad. It's still One Piece. You know what I mean? But they
You can
they
tell
didn't
his
stay-
focus was somewhere else.
Right. They were a lot shorter. There were a lot of loose ends that like he wasn't really filling out, and like I remember being upset at the time because this was the
upset.
end of like the Wano arc, which is like the longest arc in One Piece ever, and he fucked up the ending because
like
he
20
wanted it
chapters,
to line up with both the One Piece Film Red release. And then he was like not focused on the core series at the time, so like he fucked it up for like 100 chapters, something like that.
Which is not too much.
It's not too much in the grand scheme of things, and it's not
Well, yeah,
bad.
out of
Like
all his chapters,
I say fucked it up, but like he didn't fuck it up. It's just like there's just a
there's
lot of
different
loose
routes
ends.
he could have
A
gone.
lot of
Yeah,
bumps
there's
in the
like
road.
there's a little like hindrances that you're just like, okay, this could have been explained a little bit better, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like, what about that other character
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
made
it's like-
3 chapters
Okay,
about and
I
then
will
just
say
forgot
this.
about?
I will say this. My biggest pet peeve with Wano,
Mm-hmm.
and this is like post everything, is that we don't. Maybe it happens off screen. I don't really know.
I think the
but we
flashback
don't,
was too long.
You think so? But of whose flashback? Odin's.
The Odin's. This is
Oh.
like 40 chapters, bro.
Which one? That's the longest one, right?
Wano.
arc?
Yeah, that's the most recent one. That's the one that's just like
It's like
200
Yeah,
chapters.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, my only pet peeve, my only thing that I really, really hate in this is that we never got to see Zoro go to Ryuma's grave. I hated that we never got to see that. I really wanted to see that. That
The
was, like-
whole arc, the past like 4 arcs, excluding Wano, because like Oda fucked it up. Like it was all about a different crew member post time skip, right? So we had the Sanji one. We like it. Kind of seems like we're gonna have the Robin arc coming up kind of soon. It in like the Wano arc in the lead up to it was meant to be like the Zoro arc because it's about samurais and it's about swordplay and like there's a lot of history with Zoro's swords and they're tied to like old like elite samurais from this country, but Oda just like forgot
Yeah,
and just
he
never
just
got
kinda-
around to writing it. So then we
Yeah.
just don't have it.
I was really upset by that. I was like, damn, I really wanted to know. Because to be honest, to me, I felt like we were going to get a lot in his lineage, like in this one, but we learned more about like Sanji than we did about Zoro.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Sanji's a genetically modified organism.
Bro, don't be spoiling.
He's a
it for my
GMO.
mans.
He's a
He is a
GMO.
GMO.
He's a lab baby.
He's a lab baby.
Sanji might be a lab baby.
He might be. I don't think
He might
actually is.
be.
I think that's just him tapping his
he's
like
a,
inner
He's an
strength.
MSG, bro.
He,
not-
yeah. He's a salt. And yeah, One Piece Film Red. Something I did say in the Nerd Down last episode that I was telling Aldo is I cannot believe that I went that entire media cycle that I just finished complaining about, not knowing that this movie was a musical. I cannot
Oh, yeah.
believe I went the better part of like a year and a half not realizing that.
I'm not gonna lie.
with
I
the-
didn't realize it would be. I'm kind of sucking into that too because I didn't realize they were gonna sing this. I knew there was gonna be singing. She's a pop star. I knew there was gonna be singing, but like I said, 7-8 songs in, I was like, damn, we get it, girl. Because like you're banging that
every
shit out.
time I watched it with Yanae, I took her to see the sub version
Hell yeah, you saw the sub. You saw sub, right?
That's a dub.
of One Piece.
On God,
You
I saw
saw
dub.
sub,
On
right?
God, I saw dub.
You saw
I
sub,
was gonna
right?
complain about stuff this episode, stuff about the dub I didn't like. They miscast Frankie's voice.
Did they?
They miscast Frankie's
bro,
voice.
that's-
What do you
and
mean?
Because
Like it's because Frankie's voice
is pretty dope. I'm not
The
gonna lie.
giant robot guy.
Yes, I know who Frankie is.
Okay. In
Does he
the-
sound different?
in the dub, he has like a deep cool guy voice.
Hey, what's up, guy?
No, it's like, oh
Hey,
yeah, and then like Frankie's Japanese voice is like, oh, yeah, like it's super
It's-
nasally and annoying, and that's why like Frankie's Frankie because he's the ginormous guy with this tiny ass voice.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little disappointed that you saw it dubbed.
Honestly, like a lot of for the dub stuff, like
Well, you also took Karen, right?
yeah, when I go see stuff with Karen, I end up picking the dub a lot
Yeah,
of
me
times.
too.
Are you
'Cause-
saying Karen can't read?
No, I'm saying
It's
that
hard to get
make
her
it more
involved.
favorable to make it more favorable for her for your
Have,
girlfriend.
have you
I
ever
thought you were saying
have you ever
it's
seen a girl watch a piece of media?
Yeah.
break
They get
down.
very
Yeah.
distracted.
Yeah.
They get very distracted. So when they have to read for like
what
100
you're
minutes
saying.
straight, like they'll be like, "Oh, what happened? I don't understand," because they looked away for 10 minutes. For
Right,
like,
and
no
then
reason.
they missed like
and
the
then,
whole.
and then you're still reading and trying to explain, and you're like, oh,
Yeah. Exactly. That's what it's like watching media with a woman.
I guess.
Please don't hate us for that. But One Piece Film Red.
It's dope.
It's
So
super,
Uta,
it's super good. It's super good.
so them on an island, like at this musical island, is non-canon. like all the movies.
They're already at the island.
They're already
like,
the movie starts.
yeah.
They're grilling in the
Yeah.
parking lot.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
tailgating.
They're tailgating.
Yeah,
Tailgating the fucking
The pop show.
dude. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty. I mean, I get they're pirates, but everybody else there paid for a ticket and they're standing in the stands. These homies just pulled up in their ship and they're like, "Yeah, we're just gonna get front row seats because we're
And
we can do
fucking
whatever."
Luffy's
That's
voice in Japanese is so great. He's just like,
You
Yeah,
know,
he's
it's, you know it's a woman, right?
yeah. Oh,
The voice actor's a woman.
I didn't know, but
Yeah.
like,
The voice actor's a woman.
I'm not surprised, but like, it's so
She's badass.
It's so
Yeah,
good
she's
because
tight.
as you're
And she's
reading
been doing
it,
that
he's
for
like, I
years.
just want to fucking eat. Blah, 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 blah. It's so
He's there to
it's
just
so
party and
great.
stuff.
And like I said, like I went to this movie and I was debating with Vinay. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go see this movie. It's like I'm reading One Piece. I'm really excited about what One Piece is. I don't want to be spoiled, but then again, I've talked to you guys
Endlessly.
I'm not gonna lie, I've tried not
And-
to spoil. He
endlessly
spoils you
about
more
it,
than I
but
do.
it's because then again, my ADHD sometimes like
He forgets.
Yeah,
Aldous
I was
got an
thinking that
ass
too.
memory.
I was gonna say by the time he actually gets it, he'll have long
Exactly.
forgotten what he
Like
said.
I would remember like super weird details about it, but whatever you guys talk to me about, like about Sanji being a fucking MSG or
GMO.
but I say MSG because he's a cook and he likes it. You know what I'm saying? But and like shit like this, like I'm gonna forget by the time I get there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go watch it. And then I accidentally picked the sub over the dub. I'm like, babe, I picked the sub. It's like, oh, that's fine. Like, I'm sure I'm gonna be entertained because that's what One Piece is. Like, I've never paid attention to when you watch One Piece, but when I do, I'm always entertained because it's not a hard thing to get entertained by.
And it was probably in luck this time since like she was singing. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really reading the fucking lyrics. I was just watching the video. I was like, yo, this is crazy. I was like, yo, I'm getting tripped out.
Because then he gets into like a super like Dance Revolution
Yeah.
fucking
So I was like,
screenplay.
yo, this is badass.
It turns into a Hatsune Miku show.
Yeah, you were just showing us. But
That was the
That's
first thing. These
Drew's
two
favorite.
didn't know who Hatsune Miku is.
Okay, relax.
walking
Don't
in-
make it seem
No.
like-
But
don't make
listen.
it-
But listen. This is like
I'll
that's
show
a,
right here a little clip.
It's a big
So
part
you
of
guys can
like
see.
like modern Japanese culture is to have like virtual pop stars and like virtual YouTubers, virtual media in general. You know what I mean? And like the second Uta started singing and she started doing like these
You
weird ass like
recognize it?
pop girl dances, I was like, that's her. Like at the time in the movie, I didn't remember like Hatsune Miku's name, but I was like, I've seen this. That's that bitch with the green hair. I know her.
That's to me. It's funny that you knew who you knew Hatsune Miku was. You were just like, I've seen this before. I've never seen that. So I was like, yo, that's crazy.
But then
You're-
again,
you're
in
hilarious,
this
dude.
opening like 5-10 minutes, we see a moment where Sanji's cooking food and he sees a mushroom on the floor. Which I mean, at least I'm like, what the fuck was that about?
Eat that. I mean,
You
yeah,
know?
just get rid of
yeah,
that. What do
eat
you
that.
mean?
I thought he was gonna eat it and have a good time.
No, but
I
he's
bet.
as a cook. No, as a cook, you see that weird mushroom you've never seen before, and you know it's not part of your ingredients. First thing you do is like, yo, get this out of my food.
Correct. No, but like he saw it, but like nothing happened. He didn't pick it up or anything.
No, yeah, he threw it away.
Did he? Oh, he did throw it.
Yeah, he
away.
picks it up
You're
and just
right, you're
tosses it in the
right.
trash.
Did,
Right.
have you all watched the intro to Chainsaw Man?
Yes.
Yes.
The song?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I've seen those.
So in the end, where what's her name? The evil bitch with the red hair.
Power?
No.
Or which one?
The main one.
The dog bitch.
Miss Makima?
Makima. I almost said Maki. When Makima is handing Denji a mushroom,
Oh yeah. When she's like feeding him the little.
like a little snail mushroom thing. What's that about?
What do you think that's? About?
What's that? Honestly, I'm being annoying because when I flew to Pasadena 2 weeks ago already, I read all the rest of Chainsaw Man. So I was on chapter like 40 something. I read 60 chapters just flying and stuff like that. God, it's so crazy. It's so absolutely insane. Like peak media every which way. And like I don't even want to call like Chainsaw Man a shonen cuz like it's so different from every other good shonen. Like they're good for different reasons. But even Chainsaw Man is way, way different. It's more of like an art, like expression piece more than an actual shonen. Because like actual shonens are very straightforward. They announce their moves. They're very like I'm thinking Demon Slayer. I'm thinking Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm thinking One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, all those. Like Chainsaw Man as a manga feels more like what I imagine the Berserk manga. feels
Okay, I
like.
get you. I get you.
And it
I get
also
you.
reminds me of
just straight attacking.
what Parasite wanted to be. Mm-hmm. You know,
Parasite's supposed to have a good manga.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Parasite's supposed to have a good manga.
And I bet because like the horror scenes are better drawn than animated. You know, and I'm sure it is, but like maybe the plot is better. But like it seems like it's what Parasite wanted to be.
Right.
Yeah. But then yeah.
So she's
What was your point
dancing,
about-
she's singing, she's bugging. What?
No, I was gonna say, what was your point about Chainsaw Man? Because you brought up Chainsaw Man.
Is that it's an art piece. So Chainsaw Man's an art piece. One Piece is also an art piece. But Yuta's actually an artiste. That's the difference.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
So like, and what I really liked about like the whole Uta thing is that like I don't watch any VTubers or like Twitch streamers that are like virtual personalities and stuff like that. But like I think that form of media is so funny and interesting. I really do. It's so Japanese.
Well,
Yeah.
fucking Facebook, a lot of investors have like pulled out in the recent years because, well, no, like recently, not in the recent years, like recently because Mark Zuckerberg was like, you know what, I might have like talked
Up the metaverse too
out
much.
the metaverse too much, you know, because.
But like my point is, Japan and like this type of like Uta, like One Piece Film Red media, that's been going on for like a minute already.
Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like it's like an evolution of Perfect Blue though, because like Perfect Blue is like one of the first like episodes we ever did, and Perfect Blue is literally about like the abusive like industry abusing young girls as pop stars.
And not even that, just like the danger that they put him onto with like super weird stalkers.
Oh yeah, well she was also going psychotic because of the abuse. She was like the amount of stress she was going.
Manager was going psychotic.
Well, they all Perfect Blue's a fever dream. Like
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Which one was the psychotic one? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
That's part of the discussion of Perfect Blue. But yeah, like we've talked about what's the little cat girl's name?
Agretsuko.
Yes, we've talked about
Oh,
Agretsuko
yeah, I've
before.
seen him.
And like season 3 of Agretsuko is literally just about like being an abused pop star and like stuff like that. So like a lot of these narratives, that's like the mature part about One Piece Film Red is that like Uta is a delusional, talented pop star in this world full of pirates. So like that's what I liked about One Piece Film Red's writing is that like sometimes I forget that One Piece is about pirates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just One Piece and his crazy wacky adventures as the Rubber Man. Like
It's ironic that it's a film. It's a story about pirates, but yet like the main ones can't swim. You know? Like,
Yeah.
They do point it out heavily here because of the flashbacks.
Right. And then like Uta has like this disdain for pirates because all she notes about like pirating is what we should be remembering about pirates is that like
Yeah.
they kill people and plunder and stuff like that.
And at the beginning of the story, when everybody's tailgating and doing Jaeger bombs and shit, everybody's like, "Oh my god, Luffy, you don't know who Uta is? You don't know who Uta is? Like blah blah blah." It's like, why are we here for? I'm just hungry. Blah blah blah.
I want to eat my meat.
And then they see like the first song of the movie.
Yo, that was
and there's just like 3D fucking Dance Dance Revolution fucking screen.
I want that as a record. I want the One Piece Film
That'd be
Red like
nice.
thing
Like-
as a record.
We'll put
Oh,
it
that
there.
would be
play
that'd
it.
be awesome.
But
As a vinyl.
one's
Yeah.
like the main artist, the main pop star here goes up to the crew on the Sunny.
Is there
That's what it's called. Thousand Sunny, and she's like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And then
They weren't on the Sunny. They were on like some island in the middle of like
No.
the performance.
no,
But
but
like
they were
when
on the
she
Sunny.
goes up to them, and then Luffy is like, "Hey, you're the one fucking girl I grew up with."
You're Uta. You're that Uta.
Yeah,
Like-
Yeah,
That
he pulls.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he rockets him,
And
which
then-
is like
and then
another thing a pirate can do.
Yeah, and then everybody's like, "What?
Yeah, like
You
how
know
did you?
Uta?"
Which is crazy because like
Yeah.
they're talking amongst themselves, but everybody heard it.
Yeah.
Also, it's like obviously it's anime.
And then like Luffy goes into like, "Yeah, she's the biggest cheater in the whole world." It's like, and then Uta's like, "You're the biggest loser in the whole world."
Luffy's just mad that he's
Yeah.
lost to me 1,000
like,
times.
yeah,
Blah,
it's
blah,
like
blah,
I
blah,
beat you
blah.
this many times.
Yeah.
Kid stuff.
Talking about God, I'm just stuck on the character of Uta. Like, but like I called off. We're recording on a Friday, right? We're recording on November 18th. I called off work today just so that I could play Pokemon Violet since last night, right? So I went to bed at like 6 a.m. last night.
That's
I was the first person in line at my local
Your work is
GameStop
watching this.
at 10 p.m. Well, I told them. I told them. They were like, "Why are you taking the day off to play Pokemon?"
They're like,
Okay, be careful.
we thought something happened.
Be careful. So I'm the first person in line at GameStop, first person to get my game. I start playing like right at like 10:17. And right before these two walked in, I just fought the second gym leader, who's a Twitch streamer. Like,
Literally?
like literally, it's the same character. It's Uta. And they always have big hair. They always have like these two big pigtails or bobby pins, like depending on the character. And it's the same thing with Hatsune Miku. Like same thing, like two pigtails. And they're all based off like the same character design, which is Hatsune Miku. But the character in Pokemon's funny because like she's a Twitch streamer. Like she says like flat out, she's like, I'm trying to get my subs up for my live streams. Blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna stream a whole Pokemon battle.
Well, is it a streamer or a snailer? Because you know they use the snails.
She
That was a
says
bad
streaming.
joke. Yeah, that was a bad joke.
It
Sorry.
was terrible.
That was terrible.
We got it. I love it.
That was bad. All right. Anyways,
But like I like Yuta's character a lot. Like I'd be down to have her as a figure. I think like the way she was designed really well. Like I like. Well, I think that's the joke about like modern Oda character design is that like he is so tired of drawing ugly dudes,
Goofy, yeah.
like the goofy dudes. Like
dudes,
One Piece
yeah.
has always been a goofy manga with goofy character design, especially in like around the part like Aldo's at.
Yeah,
Characters
yeah.
are ugly,
Right.
ugly.
But then after the time skip, everybody gets like a double neck.
Everyone gets hot.
Yeah.
Everyone gets hot.
Everybody's
Like Oda came back from that break being like, you know what this manga needs?
Hot
Bitches.
bitch.
right? Boobs and a lot
Like
of them.
everyone gets a stacked ass chest, tiny waist. Like they're all shaped like Uta. Every female character in One Piece, and that's like funny because like every like I go through websites of like models and like the figures. Like, you know what I mean? Like vinyl figures for like One Piece characters. Because
Oh, okay.
I would be down for a Boa Hancock. I'd be down for Robin. I'd be down for Nami. I'd be
I
down
think
for like.
Robin is my best girl from that.
It's
One
because
Piece.
Bro,
you it's because you
heck
haven't seen
yeah.
Boa yet, bro. It's because you haven't
No,
seen.
I've
Boa.
seen Boa, and I still say that. I
She's
still
literally
say
described in the
Robin's
manga as
best.
the most beautiful woman.
Robin's
in the
cool.
That's their opinion, but the fact is, Robin is the best girl in One Piece, bro. She's the best girl.
I'd say I like Nami more than Robin. If
That's what they
if we're
want
being
you to say.
completely
Don't be a
honest,
sheep.
I've always
Don't
liked
be a
Nami
sheep.
more than Robin. Don't be a sheep. I almost pre-ordered like a Nami figure the other day.
Did you really?
For real, for like with her pirate costume from One Piece Film Red,
cool.
because
Okay.
it's like the black leather, but like
I
it's the
think
big pirate hat. I was like,
One of my favorite outfits is the one from Stampede, the one that you haven't seen, but that one is a really.
I've seen the
Oh,
figure though.
From
I know
like
the design.
from like the evil vision of the movie when they're like pirates and like black leather.
Yeah,
Oh.
she yes.
Oh,
I love
that was
Frankie's.
Yes, that
amazing.
Nami costume is a figure.
Everybody looked fucking tight.
I
love
hated
Frankie's.
Luffy's.
I loved
hated
Frankie's.
Luffy's.
Really?
Luffy's was alright.
I hate,
Frankie's
because he
was
just looks like a
badass.
pirate. I
Yeah.
hated Luffy's. I hated that.
Oh
'Cause
wow,
that's
the guy
not
that
Luffy.
the show about
The-
pirates.
the
guy
pirate
looked like a
guy
pirate.
looks
But
like
but then
pirate.
in the movie he said what I was thinking because
like, "I
like
look ridiculous in
Uta's
this."
power is the sing fruit, and that's how she's able to put on these shows. She puts with her music, she puts everyone into like an alternate reality for their consciousness, right? So their body in the real world is like slumped into sleep, but then everyone's consciousness is in like
It's
this
like the
musical world.
Oculus metaverse.
Right, like
This-
is jamming to Uta's virtual show.
Now that we're at this point, I can finally say this movie was a cult film.
Yeah.
This movie was a cult film.
So at the point that they listen
It's
to the
like
first
Midsommar.
song, we're already in the dream world, right?
Yes, the second you hear her singing and she activates her
She
sing
kicks it
fruit,
in.
Everybody's in.
everyone's
right?
trapped.
She's
Yeah.
Isaac.
And that's when she starts flying and starts trapping people on.
That's what
on
I was
musical
wondering too,
film.
because I'm like, how is she doing this? You know what I
'Cause
mean?
it's
Because
her
they're all
own-
visually
so
saying
it's
her
this,
own
and it's when they
reality.
yeah, when they explain it later.
I don't know if I'm jumping too far ahead. So Shanks and Luffy never.
They haven't
interacted.
seen each other
They
since
didn't-
Shanks left after
But
he
they
gave him
didn't
the
even
straw hat.
interact.
No,
No,
yeah.
they didn't. They
no,
didn't.
they
They
didn't
didn't.
because
Because Luffy
it was
woke
in
up
his
in the
dream.
sunny
and he
ones
was
that were
already
like,
gone.
yeah.
They were already gone.
Wow.
That's the thing about One Piece is that like Shanks has the greatest hockey in the world, and like Luffy emulates himself off of him. Like, Luffy's the fourth emperor of the seas. Like, Shanks is probably the strongest of the 3 original remaining emperors. And, like, they have not seen each other. Shanks has saved him, like, 3-4 times, and they haven't like, had a conversation face to face since Luffy got the straw hat.
And they've had chances, but Shanks always says, no.
Bro, Luffy almost got burned through his sternum with molten hot magma, got saved by Shanks. Luffy was knocked out, and Shanks was just like, yeah, take this kid. I don't want him to see me until he's earned that straw hat.
He was serious. He was serious.
He was serious. I was like, that's so mean.
He
like,
was serious when he meant, like, no, not until you're actually a pirate. Like, you're still weak.
And that's why it goes back to Hunter x Hunter and Jin.
Yeah,
yeah. But Jin's just a dick.
Yeah.
Jin's,
I won't lie.
Jin's
That first introduction of Jin, when you first see him, when he's riding that little monster, riding that bigger monster, that shit was fucking sick.
I hate Jin.
That shit was fucking
Yeah,
he's
like
a
the
dickhead, but...
conversations revolving Jin are my least favorite part about watching the Chimera Ant arc right now.
Yeah.
I hate that Gon still looks up to him and he's just terrible. Like, it's just a god awful person.
Well, okay, do you feel the same way about Usopp looking up to his dad? Even though his dad was bounced?
Absolutely.
You
Like
hate that?
And what I think is super crazy about the movie is I was trying to talk about this earlier, and then I don't know, we got sidetracked because of podcast. And so I saw it on like I saw One Piece Film Red on like a Wednesday night, and like it mostly empty theater. There were 3 couples, including me. You know what I mean? So like it's me
and there was another girl. There was 2 girls in the movie theater.
Was it full though?
It was, the middle section was kind of full. But like the top was not, and like
there were 6 people in my theater, including
That's wild.
Me. That's what I mean.
Wow.
Like
Mine was packed,
5:30 on a Wednesday, like nobody was there.
Dude, we went 11 p.m. I think it was like a Thursday.
Well, that's the day it came out. If you saw it on that Thursday, it was packed.
Yeah, it was packed.
Because all the real nerds saw it already.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Hey!
So, like, Karen fell asleep because she had just pulled an all-nighter for an engineering exam the night before. So that's why I was texting you while I was in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Because you know what I mean? No one's in the theater. My girl's asleep. Like, who cares?
Who cares?
I'm like, I want to talk to somebody about this goddamn movie real quick. So I'm texting CJ. And I'm just like, is this the first time we've seen any of the Red Hair Pirates' powers? Mm-hmm. That's the, and that part seems canon. That doesn't seem like the kind of thing that they would change. Their powers might not be, because everyone else's powers were canon.
Yeah.
They showed all of Luffy's powers, all of Luffy's forms,
They showed
everything
Katakuri's,
Frankie does,
they showed
Katakuris. They showed ovens. So
They showed brulees.
this is the first time we've ever seen the red hair Shanks like in combat ever.
That's
ever.
what I
We've
read,
never
too.
seen a type of hockey that's so future sense that you can share your vision with somebody in another universe. Usopp and Usopp. We've never seen that. We've never seen that. We've never seen that.
That tripped me out. I was
We've
like,
never
what?
seen
I don't
that.
know. So I don't know this.
Yeah.
I
I've
saw
never seen
that.
it.
I saw that, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is fucking cool."
We've never seen
No,
that.
yeah,
I'm like,
I
that's
saw
what
it, I
I'm
was
texting
like, yo,
CJ.
this
I'm
is
just
badass.
like, what the fuck did they just do?
But then I do my homework in it, and it's like, that's why he's a fucking sniper. He's like, it's an overseeing eye of hockey.
You won't see it until like chapter like 700 something. That Usopp has the best like perception hockey out of the whole crew, to the point that's the first time that they show it.
That's what the
I
lies are about, right?
Disagree. I think Sanji's is better.
You do think
I do
Sanji's
think
better?
Sanji's is better.
But
because the only reason I think Sanji's is better, and this might spoil a little bit, but when we see Katakuri, who can see the future, we know that, flicks the bean at Sanji, and he was able to, he had the observation to no, I didn't move out the way. Or it could be, I will say it could be because his speed is up there.
Maybe before the end of Whole Cake Island, but like post Whole Cake Island, like Luffy has mastered future sight. Luffy has mastered future sight.
Okay, yeah.
But like this is kind of spoilers, and I'm sorry. But
I'm sorry.
When the peak time in canon that Usopp has used observation hockey, he's like, they describe it as like 10 kilometers out, bro.
Yeah.
He's like 10,000 meters out from like his target, and he shoots with a slingshot still.
Okay, but
hold on. Let me just describe the scene. This Paramecia user has the power to turn people into toys, but that erases them from history, essentially. Like, books will like not see you there. Everyone's memories of you like just don't exist anymore. If she touches you, turns you into a toy, like in the collective consciousness of world history of Christopher James, he doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So that's busted.
Like, you
it's
won't
busted.
you
Like,
won't
so you
remember
can't go near her, or you're just erased from like all existence.
It's just scary.
And it's still a gag like manga. So like all Usopp does is from 10 kilometers out is just like, okay, I'm gonna use observation hockey and also use semi-future sense to see the exact time she's gonna move in front of this window, shoot 10 kilometers out, and scare her so bad that she loses focus, and everyone that was a toy just turns human again. So they're all turned back into existence. And like that one scene in the anime is like Usopp's greatest feat. That's like
that was badass.
that's the best thing he's ever done. Besides this Usopp thing.
Well, when you tell
He won't get there, but I think the best thing he's ever done is in Enies lobby. But
But that's not
that's
because of what he
officially
did.
well. That's technically that's not him, if you know what I mean.
when you talk to me about perception hockey and he having the most powerful perception hockey,
observation hockey.
observation hockey, like in the world of One Piece, it just reminds me of, like, for example, the healing factor between Deadpool and Wolverine. You know
Wolverine's
what I'm
is
saying?
better, isn't it?
Exactly, because he's been online for so long. You know what I'm saying? But like, isn't perception hockey?
Observation.
Observation hockey, like, connected to his lies becoming truth?
No,
That's just
No?
like a funny part.
yeah,
of
that
that
is funny. Actually,
Okay.
It's just kind of funny.
Because if it's like predicting the future, if anything.
Well, a lot of hockey is kind of based on the concept of like the will of the king, right? So like
I was gonna ask you guys about that.
It's like
so
the willpower.
what is the D about?
we don't know.
we don't know.
We don't know.
We
The
still
will-
no,
don't
no,
know.
online, not lying to you.
No,
we
yeah,
don't know.
like,
No,
bull.
like the will
So
of D
go-
can be transferred to other people?
No.
No, that I don't think so.
But like everybody that has the D middle initial,
Monkey D. Luffy,
Gold D.
Gold D.
Roger,
Roger, yeah.
Marshall D.
Monkey D. Dragon, Marshall D. Teach, like
That's all we're
yeah.
gonna say.
I know there's a lot of those.
There's a lot of them.
But like all of them are basically have a cross mark on the back from the world government because
Portuguese D Ace. You already met
Portuguese
Ace.
D
Yeah,
Ace.
I know he's.
the world government is terrified of the will of D. The will of D. Like whatever the will of D is, that makes them troublemakers, that makes them like people that oppose the will of the government. And that might have to do with Luffy's subsequent powers and laughter. Like,
What?
once they explain why the laughter is important, all of a sudden there's all these fan theories about what the will of D actually is. So it matters. That's why I'm telling you, like, you're picking up on the right things. Like, that's so tight.
I'm actually
like,
surprised that.
like, bro, he got it. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Damn,
he
he's
got it. That's
getting it.
crazy.
I'm co-host
No,
of the
yeah.
Twitter.
This is the nerd. This is a nerd right here.
I'm
man.
a
He's
nerd.
But
picking
yeah,
up on that.
the big final fight in One Piece Film Red is that in Uta's reality and our actual reality, in the actual reality, the red hair pirates are fighting against Uta, summoning a demon with music.
Well, it's because as an audience, you don't know that you're in the dream world already until they explain the mushrooms, what the mushrooms are for, and what she's actually doing to
They're
the
just
people.
keeping her awake.
Yeah. So why is
Because-
Uta doing what she's doing?
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
why
yeah.
is she doing
Yeah,
this?
because at the beginning, when she meets Luffy again, he's like, "Yeah, I'm here to be the king of the fucking pirates,"
Yeah.
and she's like,
You need
"You're
to chill.
not.
Yeah,
You're not.
You need to chill.
You're
Yeah,
not.
You need to
You're
chill.
not." It's like, "Please say psych."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, please say something.
Please say psych because I'm gonna kill you. And you don't know this, but you're in this dream world where I can get all the people that are watching me to fight you.
Right.
And then she strings up all the pirates because there was other pirates and other marines looking for Luffy, so they all
No, they wanted to get Uta.
Yeah, they're trying to get.
they're
Uta.
trying to get
Be-
Uta.
because
Oh,
the Goro say like the actual like 6 old dudes that are leading the world government, they
Oh, you're
they,
right.
they
I
basically
forgot
like
about that.
in the movie, it's not real canon, but like in the movie, like the Sing Sing fruit is so powerful because it can basically like mind control the entire world if like everyone has access to her voice, to the point that like
she was trying to like broadcast her shit.
right, but that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
the Navy was like trying to, the Marines were trying to get her, was because like, dude, if we don't catch her, she could enslave the whole world.
Because there's a character. There's two characters actually from the Marines that you've already met
Shout to
before.
Kobe.
Yeah, that you've already met before,
Uh-huh.
and you saw their new what's the
version of them.
Yeah, like you saw their new.
Like remember
like,
like
Sprite.
big-headed, pink-haired Kobe from
Yeah,
like
yeah,
very,
yeah.
very beginning.
That's
That
Kobe.
was
I
the
know
Marines,
Kobe.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
that
know
was
Kobe.
Kobe.
I know
And then
Kobe.
Helmeppo was when they went to that first island where Zoro was tied up.
Uh-huh.
Helmeppo was that stupid kid with the bowl cut.
Yeah,
The one
yeah,
that was just
yeah.
like, I'm gonna shoot
No,
this
no,
kid
no.
if you don't beat me up or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the same characters.
They
So
also
it's like-
haven't fully explained why Kobe's a hero.
Yeah, when they said
Well,
they were
Kobe-
when they said I don't know if you paid
Kobe
attention in the
became
movie.
a Marine, and then he like deflected, right?
He saved like an island or something.
No, yeah,
Uh-huh.
there's a moment in the movie where they say he's the hero of the Rocky Port incident.
Uh-huh.
We don't know what the
still
Rocky
don't know
Port
what happened
incident
in there. Yeah,
was.
we still don't know, but apparently because they referenced it not too long ago in the manga, and so apparently it's like a really important thing that
Well, all
I
those
have so
talking.
much questions.
because Law was also there. Too.
Hold on, what was the last thing you just said?
The kid, Kobe was a Marine.
No, you said something else.
Oh, he said something to the story.
Wasn't he a
What-
Marine and he deflected?
Oh, deflected. No, he didn't deflect. So that's a big thing about like where the manga's right now in terms of like who the Marines are. So you're about to meet CP0, who's like the CIA of like the world government. Like the secret, like spy shit. You know what I mean? Secret
Cocaine
underground busted characters.
There's Cypherpole Aegis Zero, which in Greek I just learned this today. Actually, Greek is the word Aegis is a Greek word for shield.
Okay.
That's funny. That's crazy, right?
That
Shield,
is.
knowing what we know.
Well, and then Kobe is part of a different group within the Marines called SWORD. And SWORD is like more like the FBI where they're investigating internal incidents. So like Kobe being a part of SWORD means like he's gonna sell out the people in like early One Piece that are like corrupt. You know what I mean? So that's what Kobe's doing right now. As opposed to CP0,
Like
which is like
the
spies.
axe guy,
Yes.
hammer, the arm.
That's
axe
crazy
guy.
though. Our goofy little Kobe is
Yeah.
badass.
Oh yeah.
He's badass.
First episode, Kobe.
Yeah, because that's all early One Piece is. It's just corrupt members of the Navy. Because that's like the fake in early One Piece is just like, look, the Marines, the heroes, the world government are all corrupt. The pirates, the evil pirates, are the ones like saving everybody and actually helping the populace. One Piece has kind of gotten away from that, like a lot, because like it's a lot more like worldviewish and not like personal level anymore. But like that's how it brings it back together. It's like people like Kobe would have done what Luffy was doing like in early One Piece.
Man, there's a lot of stories like in Mexico. They're like it's like when the narcos show up, it's like everybody's happy. They spend money, they help the community, they didn't do anything. It's when political people show up that they're trying to like squeeze these people out of money. You know, trying to get free shit, trying to do shit.
I need you to give me property tax.
Yeah, exactly. When people in power and the narcos and respect to all of you, I don't want to get a hold in my head, but like when they show up, it's a good time for the people. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
I'm pretty sure it's the same way
You
like rappers go back to like the neighborhoods and they give out like turkeys for everybody type stuff. Or have you ever seen the movie American Gangster?
Well,
You know
it's
how
like
he gives out turkeys like that?
it's like
Same thing.
it's kind of like what happened to Takeoff, because Takeoff was hanging out with Jay Prince.
let's pour one.
Takeoff was hanging out with Jay Prince Jr. in Houston, and like the thing about Jay Prince Jr. and like the Jay Prince family, well in Houston, the way the current narrative is going, like it might all be made up.
It's crazy because they're supposed to be protected under Jay Prince.
Exactly. The TMZ narrative, the media narrative, is that like they didn't have any weapons on them. Like Quavo and Takeoff and their friends didn't have any weapons on them, and only Jay Prince Jr.'s friends did, because like you're supposed to like
Protect
check in with like when you go to Houston, which would have been Jay Prince Jr. and his family. And like they started arguing about sports, and then like one person that was one of Jay Prince Jr.'s friends like felt like they disrespected his
took
boy,
it personally.
so they took it personally. Right. So that would be like, because of it reminds me of like, this is not the same in any way, but like when I watch like the Netflix like Narcos show, that's what ends up happening. So like to Aldo's point, like in the show at least, like they come through, they set up churches and schools and like spend money and like help the local businesses, the narcos do, but then like you have that one crazy ass dude like near the bottom that just shoots somebody he's not supposed to because he's just drunk one day, and now everyone's fucked
because they have because they think like, well, I have the power of the narcos behind me. No, I get what you're saying.
But back to the Marines and the corrupt government. Yes, the government's corrupt.
Well, now we know that Uta gave everybody the Kool-Aid, and her big ultimate plan is to basically sacrifice.
She's
what did they say?
offing,
Like
she's offing herself.
they
right?
said. Well,
She-
she's offing like 70% of the planet. Something
She
like that?
thinks that she'll save everybody from suffering in the real world if she dies with everybody trapped inside of her,
Her
like
dream world.
Sing Sing realm. Because like she thinks it'd be better for everyone's consciousness to just die with her than actually have to live in a world full of pirates and like corrupt government officials.
Does
and
that
stuff like
does that do they explain? I don't remember, to be honest, because like I said, I was fucking baked as fuck.
Blitz.
Yeah, dude, I was baked as hell for this fucking movie. But I don't remember if they explained well enough, or if they explained at all. So if she dies, do they still remain
Yeah.
in that
Yes.
fantasy
Yeah,
world,
yeah.
or do they remain in like a limbo?
She does too.
Okay, no, well, I think she said like if she dies, like that's it, like she
Oh, yeah.
dies, like she no longer like her brain conscious no longer exists. But I
Yeah,
think everybody
everyone
else
trapped
gets
in that
tossed,
other
'cause
world
she
will
said
die with her.
whoever, yeah, because she said
No,
whoever
but
gets
they
the
stay
fruit
there.
after.
But
No,
they
yeah,
stay
yeah,
there.
because she said whoever gets the fruit after can't stop
Yeah.
this spell, right? Okay,
Right.
okay. That's what I was confused about because I know she's gonna kaput. You know what I mean?
So the whole
'Cause-
big final fight is just like the song demon, like in both the Sing Sing realm and the regular world.
I got spoiled on the big song demon only on One Piece Treasure Cruise, the game I play on my phone.
Right.
Because it came out in it was one of the upgrades. Like if you upgrade, you can get Uta, you can unlock Uta like the player, but if you upgrade it, it turns into that demon monster. And I had it. So I was like, I didn't know what the hell that was, and I saw it. So the whole time when I was watching the movie, I was like, okay, I know this thing, whatever the hell this is, I know it's gonna pop out eventually. I was just waiting for it.
And
So
I
I
don't-
was spoiled on that.
I don't know if we mentioned it, but like the reason she's eating these mushrooms, the one that Sanji saw at the beginning, they're like wake mushrooms. They keep you awake, and because her power is limited to her sleep cycle. So if she falls asleep, everybody
wakes
wakes up and goes back to the regular world. So she's been up for who knows how long, like keeping these people in trance.
Which is cool.
So this her being awake and killing herself with these mushrooms, at one point it's gonna kill her, but keep everybody in that trance.
yeah, yeah.
Which is cool because if you've, I mean, at this point in time, I'm assuming, well, I'm pretty sure like whoever came, the writers of the film are assuming that everybody that's watching it have already caught up at this point, not including Aldo, but like what Drew was saying, it ties back into what this one character has, Sugar, where like if she fell asleep, everybody that turned into a toy now is able to wake up. So the idea was already like prevalent there, so people already picked up on that. But it's cool that that concept had already existed, but it's cool that they like applied it here. So it's pretty cool. I don't know.
I don't know.
I wish they'd shown more of Shanks' hockey powers.
I
Because
think
they do show it a little bit. Just his pressure just makes everyone knock out. And
Yeah.
even like the Marines, like what's his name? The light guy? The
Kizaru.
Kizuru is even like, ho ho ho.
Yeah.
That's the power of the most powerful hockey in the world or something.
I can't wait to meet Brooke.
Oh, dude.
my God.
He's
You haven't, oh my
I
God,
love
you
him
haven't
so
met
much.
Brooke
I love
yet.
him
I
so
haven't
much
met
now.
Brooke.
Oh, because you're gonna meet him. Okay, and like he said, in the next like 300 chapters, you're gonna have like a crazy ride because you're gonna go through Water 7, Ennie's Lobby, then Thriller Bark, then Saba
Oh, I forgot
Odi.
Thriller
Yes,
Bark's in
then
that, right.
Saba Odi.
Oh, Thriller
And
Barks
then-
is my favorite, bro.
And then Amazon Lily, and then Impel Down, and then Marine Fort. Dude,
Yeah.
you have like a crazy
The next
journey ahead
300
of
chapters.
No,
like,
even
the
more
best.
than that, bro. I think like the next like 400 chapters for you is gonna be like just like fucking crazy insane.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
It's crazy.
And then, but yeah, the big Madoka Magica fucking witch music.
Yeah, it looks like
singing guy.
one of the villains from Madoka
Uh,
Magica.
with her Frankenstein
She-
ass teacher.
She
yeah.
is present both in the real world and the fake world, but our crew is in the trans world as to where Shanks and the red-headed pirates, is that what they're called?
red-haired pirates?
Red-haired pirates.
Red-haired pirates are in, and then Yasab connects with Usopp. And
Via observation hockey, so they can share vision. Like
correct. So now they're trying to synchronize their hits, which is a fucking amazing thing. After the 5th song, like, this is where he peaks.
It's a lot of fan service right here too, because they start running through everyone's powers. You
And
know
then
what I mean?
Just
And then we
Nami's,
get-
just Nami's tits, like, wherever they can fit them.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed that they were just like kind of throwing
Yeah,
those
absolutely,
titties out randomly in
absolutely.
certain parts. Are like, oh, here, don't forget, Nami cities exist.
Nami's
you know?
titties is right here, yeah.
Yeah. No, there's this scene. I was really hyped for it when Katakuri teamed up with Shanks. I was like, that's fucking sick. Because like I said, there was a lot of fan servicey stuff, like or how you said, like there's a lot of fan.
What power is the guy that the fat dude that eats a lot all the time?
Oh,
He
Lucky
shoots
Roo?
fast. I don't know.
Yeah, Lucky Roo. I don't know what his.
That's
power
what I'm
is.
saying. We don't
think-
know any
yeah,
of their
I don't
powers.
think-
Everything that
yeah.
you saw in the movie is
Is
all the
Mewtwo?
powers we know
But
about the red hair
thing,
pirates.
one thing that does happen for sure, and you'll see it later on. I'm not gonna tell you when, but when his name is Ben Beckham, the guy with the guns, he does stop the light guy, the admiral, the one that he was saying that was like, oh, he does stop him with a pistol one time, and it makes you wonder how the hell does a guy with a gun stop a guy that's made out of light? But we're not gonna talk about that.
We're not gonna
Yeah,
talk
we're
about
not gonna
that.
talk about that.
Maybe in 100 episodes of Between Nerds.
Well,
Maybe like
honestly,
300.
the light fruit is so busted. Like, a lot of people complain that Oda should have never introduced it because, like, you introduce it just to nerf what we know about light. Because if you can move at the speed of light, then you're
Nerfing.
busted.
I don't know.
yeah.
With the most recent introduction that we saw in the manga, remember they have that one gloves that can interact with light, that can actually just grab light.
Oh,
entirely.
that's right,
So
that's
who
right.
knows? Who knows? Maybe there's something that's gonna be tied. Who knows?
But yeah, like Aldo in the movie got spoiled on Gear 2nd, Gear 3rd, Gear
Gear
4th,
4th,
Gear
Gear
4th
5th,
Snake Man,
yeah, he got-
Gear 4th Snake Man, and Gear
Gear
5th
5th,
within
yeah.
like 5 minutes.
Yeah, within like a within like a
I don't even
small
remember.
time frame.
It happens fast. It happens
remember.
really, really fast because like the like what like so in the fight like like in the middle of the movie they are like kind of shitting on Luffy like, why didn't you stop her, why didn't you want to hurt her? He's just like, what do you mean, that's my friend, I'm not gonna hit her, like why would I hit a girl like that, that's my friend. And but then like once Luffy turns it on, like it's just crazy for 5 minutes. You go from Gear 2nd to Gear 3rd, like and especially like Aldo hasn't even like might have like just experienced Gear 2nd like that, but like when he does it, like he immediately starts moving fast like regular Gear 2nd, inflates his fist to start doing like a Gear 3rd like punch, and then they have like a lot of exposition, a lot of talking, and that's when like the first time you see it in the movie, Luffy envelops like his fist in hockey and then blows air into the hockey fist, and like maybe it's just been a while, but it's like I already forgot that's how Gear 4th works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's just kind of like, oh, duh, if you put hockey into your muscles and then you blow up the muscles, then that's why you turn into a big, like, rubber
Man.
bounce man like that. The only form they didn't show of Luffy's, besides, like, the zombie forms, like when he loses his shadow, is...
Bro, don't say nothing.
Is Gear
I'm not gonna
4th
remember,
Tank
bro.
Man.
Yeah.
Which, like, Gear 4th Tank Man is, like...
I think
kind
that was
of
very
the-
situational. But okay, to be fair, that ties into what we know. Oh, I don't want to say it. I'm not gonna say it, but it ties into what we know about his fruit. So it's like it makes sense that he was able to do that. You
Well,
know what I mean?
I'm glad that they showed Snake Man though, and I'm glad they showed it in context because he goes into regular Gear 4th, just starts beating the shit out of her, and like he's having to predict her movements and predict movements through what Usopp and Usopp are doing at the same time.
Usopp and Usopp?
Yes,
Usopp
nice.
and Yasop.
Yasop, excuse me, and like Gear 4th Snake Man only happens when like Luffy is using Gear 4th, but his perception haki is like boosted up.
Observation.
Bro,
Bro,
it's
he
he
got
said it.
you.
It's because he said it like 10 times, and
He
now
got
it's
you.
fucking me up.
He got you.
So when you're
Cover
so
yourself,
that's the
nerd.
thing. Like the first time Luffy does Gear 4th, like he's so quick and so fast and just so much bigger than like that when he uses like big rubber laden punches that like the elasticity is so short, it's like a fucking tank's just like shooting you in the face. But that doesn't help him when he fights somebody that has almost the exact same power set as he does. Once he meets somebody that has the mochi mochi fruit, which is like a cake batter kind of like
I know what mochi
but
mochi
like
is.
sticky, right?
Yeah, he
like
comes out in the movie.
It's like sticky Japanese cake batter. Like and his powers are
Like
so
rice jelly.
yes.
Yeah.
His powers are so similar to the rubber fruit and how like Luffy uses it. Luffy can't beat him because like his observation so much so much higher that he has like future sight. So when Luffy finally unlocks an observation haki at that level, that's where Snake Man comes from. Because that's why he looks leaner, and that's why like his fists can travel like thousands of feet just bouncing up and around because he's
Like
using
Rikishi.
observation
I get
haki
you.
to like home in on where his target's gonna be.
Okay.
And like, God, that's my favorite fight. In the
Yeah,
anime. That's
hell yeah,
that might
that's
literally
similar
be my
fight,
favorite
yeah.
fight in the anime.
That was so good.
But like, I was almost upset that they showed Gear Fifth for like a full second. I was almost upset about it.
I liked the
Gear
visual of it. I was
5
like, okay, that looks.
is
cool.
it's when he's white.
right?
It's when
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
white. I was almost upset about it. I was like, that's such like a, because like we've only seen Gear Fifth once in the manga.
Correct.
And when Luffy does it, it's that chapter that me and CJ were geeking about at the sports bar. Is that like, it's because he was so desperate. Like he was so like, his fruit and his power is so desperate and like so positive, hungry that it forced him to transform into that. Like his heart had stopped. His power and his body in and of itself kind of like rebooted himself to like turn into that form. That didn't happen in the movie. He was just punching crazy and like basically
then he
winning the
just,
fight.
like,
And then he's
kinda
like,
went
"You're
into it."
fifth, okay, let's
But
go."
to be fair,
fair.
I think this film takes place post Wano.
It's
So
obviously-
it's supposed,
Obviously.
it's supposed to be that he's already kind of like tapped into that shit. You know,
No,
I
didn't
get,
like
yeah,
it, didn't
it was,
like it.
yeah, it
Didn't
was
like
weird
it.
that he busted
That
it
enemy
out.
was not the same as the Gear Fifth.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I get what you mean.
introduction.
Yeah, it shouldn't. But one thing I do like in this film is that the person that they're fighting and trying to defeat, other than the creepy ass music monster that forms later on, because I'd beat the shit out of that. But the villain in this one, quote unquote, is teenage pop star. You know what I mean? Like as opposed to like Stampede, you get this big ass burly fucking man Bullet that's like, yeah, I used to be on Gold Roger's ship and I'm here to fucking kick some ass. And it's like, okay, yeah, that looks like a villain. And then like you get in Strong World, you get Shiki, or in Film Gold, you get Tezero. So it's like, yeah, you get these big strong ass dudes, but in this one, you get this skinny, frail little petite little pop star.
And
So it's
even
like, it's funny.
even before we get to this point, I mean, from what I understand, what One Piece is, and in this story in this movie, they touch up on Shanks looting some treasure, and in that treasure vault, like they found this little girl, and then that's who Uta is. Shanks raised her as her own.
And Shanks is real quick to like claim that she's his daughter, even though
Correct.
technically not.
Correct. Even they technically not, and then but when she would sing to the crew and keep morale up in the red hair ship, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it was called. I'm sorry.
Red hair pirate ship.
Yeah, and
There's a name to it. I can't remember what it is.
and him leaving her in that village for her to be saved from the government, from other pirates, because her fucking power was so crazy, right?
Right, she basically killed like a whole village.
Correct. So now we have like this fucking mayor of a guy that lies to Uta and saying, "Oh, Shanks left
It's like
you."
a manager.
Yeah, Shanks left you. It's like he doesn't give a fuck about you.
That's a. I remember when that happened in the movie. That's a very Luffy thing to do because
Yeah.
because like the guy that raised Uta, which was the mayor of the music village or whatever that Aldo's talking about. He tells Shanks straight up, he's just like, I'll take blame for this. It's my fault for showing her the music and not like she used the Sing Sing fruit to summon this magical demon thing, and that's my fault. I should have been watching her. Everyone's trying to influence her. And Shanks is just like, dude, I'm the pirate. You're not a pirate.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with it, but I'll take blame for it.
Yeah,
so don't
just
even
like
trip.
he's like, just say that
She
the Red Hair
read-
Pirates did this, and
She,
it'll be
she
good.
read like the curse song or something like
That
that.
I
song
can't
is a
remember what
magical
I can't remember
yeah.
what the name of it.
But like, so he also wanted to take blame because like so many people died that the government would come after whoever's like responsible. He wanted to protect Uta. So like Uta essentially thought that like he abandoned her and just left her on this island that was like where everyone had just died, and she didn't even realize that she was fully responsible. And that was very, very Luffy-esque. Like that's totally
No,
the kind
yeah,
of
I
thing
get
Luffy
you.
would do, being like, yeah, hundreds of people died, but like she's also fucking 10 and it's
Yeah.
not her fault.
So it's
So
like,
like
you need to realize,
yeah,
you
tell the
need
government
to-
it was me. Tell the
Yeah,
government
like,
it was
tell
me.
them I
Like,
did this, and it'll be
that's
good.
a very Luffy thing to do.
But then again, Uta, like she like grows a grudge to Shanks.
Yeah.
A la fucking Hobgoblin and Green Goblin.
It's crazy 'cause-
Spider-Man. You know, like, oh, at least in the Tobey Maguire series, like, oh, you killed my father, I fucking hate you now, kind of thing. And the closing, even after Gear 5 or Fifth Gear, and Shanks and Luffy delivering that finishing blow.
That was such a good scene, man. That was amazing.
Honestly, I wish they'd actually use some of the
Uta-
Gear 5th powers. That's why
That
they
would've been
introduced
sick.
Gear
That
5th,
would've
but
been
didn't
sick.
do any of the Gear 5th powers.
Yeah,
That's
that
so
was
annoying.
pretty sick. That's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
And
No, but
then-
I think that would have been way too
I don't know. I
much.
don't know any
Annoying.
better.
I think that would
I
have
don't
been
know any better,
annoying.
so that looked cool
Annoying.
to me.
No, yeah,
Annoying.
it would
Look for me.
have looked cool, but I'm not gonna lie. I think that would have been way too much because they already gave you Gear 5, and then to show you what he can
And
do,
then
that's...
fighting with Shanks is like already crazy. But then Uta, once she wakes up, she like denies treatment from the doctors. She's like, "Let me fucking go." And then Shanks is like, "You are my daughter. You are my fucking daughter." It's like you don't know, but like, and then like the mayor is still alive, and she's like, "I fucking lied to you, Uta. I fucking lied to you. Like Shanks never left you. Like."
What I'm glad that you said that she ignored the doctor because, like, I'm not gonna lie, I
'Cause
was
she
a little
dies, right?
annoyed. I'm a little, yeah. I think she does
You
because
think
they
she does?
show,
She's
don't
not
they show
canon.
don't they show a casket?
She's
at
not
the end?
canon.
I could have
I-
sworn I saw a casket at the end.
I didn't
She
see a
dies.
I'm
casket.
tripping.
I didn't see a casket.
Maybe
at
I'm
the end.
tripping.
I didn't see a
But
casket.
it's
dies.
funny that you say that because they gave it. They're like, here, you
Because she
take this
was already
medicine.
dying from the
Yeah,
mushrooms.
because Shanks gives it. Shanks literally says, "Here's the medicine, just
And
drink
she's
it,
like,
and you'll
"Nah,
be
fuck
good."
you.
And she fucking throws it.
And
I'm
she's
like,
like-
"Bitch, you could have just sang your song and then just drank the fucking medicine. What's
Yeah.
wrong with you?" I was like, "Why would you throw that on the
Yeah,
ground?"
so I'm pretty sure she fucking dies.
I
so.
think
I don't think so.
I think
don't
so.
know.
Only
I think
because
so.
nobody in One Piece ever dies.
The only
that
reason
is
I think she dies
very true.
is because
No,
is
Yasue
because of
died.
the connection of that of it being canon and not being canon. So the only thing that is canon is her in Shanks' past, but not in Shanks' future. So I think she's already dead.
She's in Luffy's past too.
yeah, she's-
I also
but,
don't
like,
think so. Just because like One Piece
she's
in
not-
general,
she's not coming
there-
up again.
Bro, there've been like 3 deaths in all of One Piece.
I'm sure she's not coming up again.
I think she
Three-
will.
three
I think she will.
in-time deaths.
I
3
think
in-time
once the red
episode 119.
we've only had 3 in time.
I think 3 in canon deaths, and
I
like
think she's not
I
gonna die.
really think that like they're pushing towards the red-haired pirates are actually going to become part of the story real soon within the next maybe
They have to.
soon 100 200 chapters.
Yeah.
It, like I really think that when the red-haired pirates are reintroduced, Uta's going to be on the ship. I really think so.
You think
I
so?
don't think so.
I really think so.
One thing that's crazy that he brought up is that, or I think you brought up, is that Shanks found Uta in a chest, right?
Yes.
I think it was revealed too that Goldie Roger also found Shanks
yes,
in the chest
yes,
too. So
exactly,
That's
exactly.
why when he found Uta, he was just like, man, the same shit happened to me.
Exactly.
I gotta take her. That's why he was like, this gotta be fate.
And here's where the difference is. Shanks, it's not the same thing as he is to Roger than what Uta is to Shanks. I think Luffy took that place, so I think Uta is not coming back. I think she died.
That's pretty cool that he connected that. Actually, like that's a cool. I know what he's trying to get at. I know what he's saying.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
One thing also.
So Shanks, Luffy is to Shanks as what Shanks is to
But at the
Roger.
same time,
And Uta, I don't think it's coming back.
but at the same time, I don't think Shanks was like trying to make Uta what Luffy is. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
No.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
I
like,
also think that the fact that Luffy knew Uta when they were younger is one of the main reasons why Luffy at the very very beginning, where he was like, we need to get a musician on this ship because of her.
True.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
honestly, like
in
that's
the Titanic.
No. He because like at the very beginning when he tells Zoro, I think the first thing he says is like, we need to get a musician on the ship.
Because if
And
you
they're like,
ask me,
why that?
because if you ask me what Arlong Park was about, it's about to get a crew together. But like, I feel like
that's all of the East Blue Saga.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, that's
So-
the end of it, isn't it?
so. I feel like we were done with that as soon as we found Chopper, because he's the medic.
Well, honestly, like the more the series goes on, the more you realize that most of Luffy's motivations might not be as pure as you think, because like he's kind of just like trying to be Shanks. And like that might be like the flaw we're kind of seeing. Like
Well, you guys have told me that everybody turns on him at one point, except for Zoro.
They all have like an arc where they're just like, I need to go do my own thing, Luffy. And he's like, you're not fucking leaving my shit, pussy. And then they have a fight about it. And like, that's every arc. But like, that's what brings the crew together. But we've met the rest of the like the major players in the late game for the series, right? That's why like the series is supposed to end within the next like 200-300 chapters or so. But they're pushing towards Shanks being like, he's either going to become like a late game ally towards Blackbeard, or like they might end up being villains. I'm not completely convinced that they're going to end up fighting the red hair pirates, but there's going to be a falling out, I feel, where they're going to learn who Shanks really is, his true motivations, what he's actually been doing. And like Luffy's world is going to like shatter. He's going to be like, dude, I've been emulating everything after red-haired Shanks.
It's a classic buddy movie trope.
Well, that's why like even though Shanks like off screen has saved Luffy several times, he never reintroduces himself to him because Luffy made that promise that like when you earn that straw hat and you're as good as me, give that hat back. And that's why Luffy, like, that's why it's his most prized position. That's what's moving him forward. At a certain point, there's going to be something we learn about Shanks. It's like, he's actually a terrible person. He saved... He killed people. He murdered somebody that he wasn't supposed to. There's going to be some kind of falling out. And, like, Luffy is going to throw away the hat himself.
You want to know what I think?
What?
I think, and you know about Blackbeard already at this point, right?
I know, but I don't know.
Have you met Blackbeard?
No, he knows Blackbeard because he knows Blackbeard because
he hadn't ate the fruit yet.
No, but he knows Blackbeard's name and the crew because remember they try to stop him before going to Jaya.
Yeah,
right.
And then his ship gets like fucking blasted from the knockup stream, so he knows of Blackbeard.
Yeah, I know who Blackbeard.
What I think is gonna happen is, what I kind of hope to happen, and it would make it really fucking good, is if Blackbeard kills Shanks. That's what I think is.
I could see that happening because they've served on similar ships before.
And but it would be even crazier if Blackbeard kills Shanks before Luffy ever gets a chance to reunite with him. That gives Oda the excuse or the reason to have Luffy keep the straw hat instead of giving it back.
That would be a good reason for like Luffy's next power up, because if Whole Cake Island was him mastering observation hockey.
You think there's another power after Gear 5?
Hold on. Not Gear 5 necessarily, but maybe like a hockey power up. And then like his fight with Kaido is him mastering armament hockey to the point that like he doesn't even need to touch somebody to like
Kaido
punch
and
them.
Blackbeard are not the same person?
No.
Okay.
You mean like on levels of like Shanks, like how he did to
Right.
to
So
Admiral?
then like Shanks has the most busted Conqueror's hockey in the world, to the point that like somebody at a Marine Admiral level will like stop in their train. Whoa! Did you feel that Conqueror's hockey?
Like, did you feel that?
I'm not going
there.
But it's not just like the way Conqueror's hockey is used now. It's just like an overwhelming of your will. So if you're weak-willed and you're just a nameless character, like you can just pass out in the sense of like Conqueror's hockey. Like Shanks has way better hockey than Luffy right now, right? Mm-hmm. That's the only thing Luffy's missing in terms of hockey is like that Shanks level, like Conqueror's hockey. So that's going to be the next training arc, and you might be right. That's how I could see that happening. Is like just like, okay, Luffy, remember what you said, and we're going to go fight Blackbeard, and don't forget to turn up your Conqueror's hockey to 11. And then something happens. Luffy doesn't like actually step up when he's supposed to. Shanks gets like gouged through the chest probably, and then it's just gonna be like Conqueror's hockey.
Because remember, Blackbeard gives him the scar over his eye, and like Shanks said in his own words, he's like, and it's not like he caught me off guard. He literally just got one up on me.
I think that's how they could like logic beating Blackbeard, because Blackbeard has put all his eggs in the devil fruit basket, right? Like I have the quake fruit, I have the dark fruit. I have like
they can eat different fruits.
We're not gonna answer that question.
You're asking too many good questions.
You've been asking
you're
too many questions.
You're asking too many good questions.
Stop it! I can't handle the truth.
Stop it! Stop it right now, all the man. So like if Blackbeard has put all his eggs into the fruit basket. You know what I mean?
All for one?
But by that point, maybe he has a third fruit. Maybe he has a fourth fruit. We don't know yet, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's just like, how do we beat somebody like that? How do you beat fruit? With hockey. Yeah. So then it's just like, then that's where he's going to get...
So hockey's like Hamon?
Yes.
Well, they say later on, like in this... I guess you can say like in the second half of One Piece, they say like, in order to stop devil fruit powers, you have to have like really really good heart.
Yeah.
And that's how you counter it if you don't have.
So
a devil fruit.
so like the Enel thing, like the only way with fruit powers you would have ever beaten with Enel was the
Was
rubber fruit.
I like
Yeah,
how I
there's
keep
no-
asking questions so you guys get worked up.
Well, but but like how else would you have? Nobody
No,
else
no.
without with only fruit powers could have beaten Enel.
You don't think
So-
armament would have worked on Enel?
That's what I'm saying. So the only way to beat somebody with this intangible Logia fruit like light or lightning or ice or snow or
Somebody
gas
with
or
hockey.
smoke is with somebody with hockey because hockey is like overwhelming your willpower
But
to
then
the point.
but then hockey gets split up like Nen.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Like it's all based on your willpower, but there's different categorizations of hockey like Ned.
Like give it like Neapolitan ice cream. There's a chocolate,
Oh,
and
really?
a strawberry, and a vanilla. You know what I mean? It's all in the
That's
same
true.
tub.
That's
But
true.
there's different ice cream.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean? Bro,
So
you
so-
get it all here on Between Nerds. That's what I'm saying.
But like honestly, I could. God, I just want this Blackbeard fight already. I just want Blackbeard.
I will say this: Blackbeard is one badass motherfucker, bro. Like he
No,
is
no,
the
I-
he is.
I've
You will
heard.
see later on. He is like
He's like-
what it means to be a pirate, bro. Like he plays by pirate rules, and it's so badass.
It's like I almost related it to Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like when you know somebody's ass, but like they're playing the best deck.
I get it.
Like you know what I mean? Like dog, like with actual interactions and like with actual like rulings. Like I can outplay you any day. You think you're good because you're playing the deck with the best win percentage. Like, and that's kind of what it's like going against Blackbeard. It's just like, okay, you're cheating essentially by getting more than one devil fruit, and you're not only just getting more than one devil fruit, you're getting the best devil fruit. It's like, okay, bro,
Wait,
you're
wait,
so
wait,
fucking good.
But then again,
That's what-
in
Like you're so
Arlen-
fucking good, bro. Good
In
job.
in Arlen Park when the clown, what's his name? Buggy eats that fruit. I'm pretty sure there's a conversation that you cannot eat two fruits because
That's true.
they'll cancel out each other and they'll fucking kill you or something like that.
That's accurate.
There's actually, and then you'll see in
So
like an arc later on.
they power out that.
Nope.
Well, you're saying Blackbeard has multiple.
You're asking.
fucking-
You're out of line. sir.
Yeah,
You're
stop
out of
asking
line.
good questions. If you want to get upset about the answers, that's on you.
Yeah,
but like,
that's-
if you
yeah.
want to ask worse questions, ask worse questions. That's
Quit
on
being
you, bro.
so intuitive. How about that? How about you stop being
Well,
so
Ask
damn
worse
smart?
questions,
I
Aldo
can't.
Mendez. I don't know what to tell
I
you.
can't tell you where One Piece film Red ends because they wake up from. They
It's like a
wake
fever
up from
dream.
the
It's like,
trance.
did it happen? Did it not happen?
yeah,
Because they woke up on the
Luffy,
ship.
Luffy's like, I trem with Shanks.
Yeah, and he's like, "Yo, I did some crazy
And,
shit."
Uta.
and they're sailing and they're sailing in the horizon and that's it and it ends right there pretty much.
Non-canon.
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 Only the flashbacks.
Only
Only
their
flashback.
move sets are, which is crazy because I think it's funny that Oven and Brule have like a lot of fucking screen time in this movie, dude. Like, oh, crazy.
Oven
amount.
seems super cool, even though like Oven is probably in the same class of like, even though he's a Paramecia, like you'd almost consider like his fruit a worse version of the flame fruit.
Yeah.
Of Ace's fruit, even though like it's
It's
not
like
a
a
Logia.
mild version of
The flame fruit.
Of no, the magma. To me, it's like of a kindness fruit. To
Well,
me, it's like a
it's
milder
because
version
like
of
the magma's fruit is just a better flame fruit.
it's like the ultimate flame fruit. I think.
Yeah, exactly. Like I have flame, but with mass, so I win.
Yeah, exactly.
And God, I don't know. Sorry,
All I
Aldo.
know is
We,
Aldo,
we-
you're-
we might be exposing
yeah,
too
you're-
much.
no, no,
My
no.
bad, man.
Like I
Like
said-
like I said, he spoils you way more than I do. At least I try.
No,
not
no,
to.
I'm
but
not
by
gonna
the time-
remember.
He
I'm not
ruined
gonna
time
remember.
you
He
get
spoiled
there-
Berserk for me.
Did he really?
Yeah, but you don't like Berserk.
I like Berserk. You're
You-
crazy.
you-
I
he
like
does
Berserk.
like
You're
You're like,
crazy.
I'm never gonna watch this again. It's the same.
Because you-
It's the same feeling
'cause it's
as
sad.
It
Made
is
in the
sad.
Biz.
It is sad.
Yes, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's just sad, fucked up shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna get off
Yeah,
and
but
be
it-
excited about people
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
having a terrible time.
You're not watching like Grave of the Fireflies every day.
Oh yeah,
That
absolutely.
movie
It's
was
the same thing.
incredibly fucking sad. I remember watching that shit. That shit made me like cry, bro.
But,
Good,
Right.
good.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you were like,
Good.
I didn't cry in Grave of the Fireflies, but get out.
No, yeah, I
you fucking
cried.
lunatic.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't cry in the Chimera Anarch, if you don't cry by the end of that,
I've seen
you're
it.
an
I've
asshole.
seen
I've seen it,
It's
bro.
crazy.
It's fucked up. It's terrible.
Did you cry though? You didn't answer that.
I don't remember if I
Was
cried or
Zombie
not.
Kite?
No, not with zombie guy. With the end.
No,
with Miriam and
Gone.
with Miriam and the what's her name? The blind girl.
With Meduim and
Whatever the blind girl's name is.
Yeah.
That made me cry. That was incredibly fucking sad.
But
That was
anyways, are we? Do you got anything else on Film Red?
any more One Piece stuff? We've just been doing a general One Piece discussion.
Yeah,
Oda-
we've just been talking about a lot of.
Oda was
Was in his
producer.
bag. I will say this:
producer.
what they did
They
in this film, like a lot of the move sets and the tag teams and the matchups, it's a lot of what people in the One Piece community like imagine. Like they made a lot of like fan fiction for this shit, and then so it's like seeing it actually happen on film was like, oh shit, that's pretty crazy.
Like anybody that
Oda
doesn't
reads comments, bro. You know,
anybody,
I think he does.
Anybody that doesn't want to watch One Piece or read One Piece, but they still say they like anime,
you're full of shit.
is full of shit.
Yeah,
dude.
hell yeah.
It's
You're full of
because
shit.
it's like I said at the beginning. All they see is 1,050 episodes. That's all they know, and they're just like, "Dude, I'm not doing that." Like,
But
that's all they know.
like how Drew said, one chapter. I read chapter 1067 after Drew sent it to me. I literally read that in like 10 minutes. What was I doing? I don't know. I forgot what I was doing. I was doing something. I was literally sitting down for like 10 minutes eating a snack or something, and I read it that fast. Like, you can blast those things out super quick, and especially with a story as good as this one, it'll just keep you going.
To me, it's crazy to think that people are more. People are more driven to rewatch Naruto
yeah,
than to fucking watch One Piece, dude.
or even read it. It's,
Yeah.
it's because like people get comfortable, especially with anime, because like especially if it's something you already know that you like, you don't want to feel like you're wasting your time, like spending all this time and effort in something that you might not like.
Like, yeah.
That's
Like
what people don't like.
It angers me to think that the algorithm will like us to talk about Naruto more than to talk about One Piece.
Yeah.
Did you ever finish Shippuden?
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm on like episode like 120.
I've seen no filler in Shippuden, but I've seen all canon episodes of Shippuden.
Yeah, I'm using this website that like tells me all the actual. I finished up to Sasuke. Oh, fuck.
But
I don't know
see-
if you
but
saw
see,
that.
that was-
Sasuke already killed Orochimaru.
But that was the-
time ago.
That was the thing about Shippuden, though, that pissed me off so bad and made me like roast it into infinity. Was like right before the last fight's supposed to happen. Like it already ended in the manga. The anime, just to like stretch it out for another year, just made another non-canon 50 episodes just as filler.
Yeah.
Just to try to stretch out the anime as long as possible because they didn't want to give up that cash grab.
I know there's a lot of filler in Naruto.
It's
I
the
know
most. It's
I
like
think- I think-
30-40%.
I think like for example, like in One Piece, like out of 1,050,
it's 10%.
out of like 1,000 like 50 episodes, whatever there is right now, there's only like 50 episodes that are filler.
No, it's closer to 100.
Like 100 episodes, yeah, like 100 episodes that are
10%.
filler.
But
Yeah,
like
so it's
Naruto's like 30-40% filler.
yeah, like out of like the 600 episodes there's like 200-300 episodes full of filler. So it's like, damn, man, that's ass. If you ask me.
It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
But
ass.
that's been Between Nerds, episode 119.
No, I'm not done talking about it. So
You're
Blackbeard. Blackbeard
Okay.
is an asshole and like he killed somebody for the dark fruit and like it's a Logia fruit, but he behaves like a Paramecia because it turns off the powers of other devil fruits.
But you haven't explained to me if he can eat more fruits or not.
He has multiple devil fruit powers. Yes.
But
Blackbeard,
if you eat more than one devil fruit, you will die.
you will
That
die
was
because
true.
in the manga there's that
Yes,
super
I
famous
know.
image of it of like two demons battling against each other,
hasn't
so that's
seen
why
it.
you die.
He hasn't seen it.
So like
No, I saw that.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
yeah, no,
they
that's
explained
really
that.
early on.
Yeah.
Is
That's
it really?
really early.
Oh, okay,
it's
wow.
within the first 200
I
chapters
thought that
for
was
sure.
because I thought Jabra
No,
explains that.
it's within the first 200 because it's that Buggy chapter.
Oh, okay.
It's that Buggy chapter where Buggy's
Oh,
like, no,
yeah,
I
that's
can't eat
true.
the second
and then
fruit. I could
Jabra
die.
just, like,
blah, 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 blah.
reminds people that
Because like if devil fruits are like the evil spirits of the sea, which is why you can't swim after eating a devil fruit. If you eat multiple, those evil spirits will battle against each other inside of you, and that's why you die. So
don't need devil
we don't know why Blackbeard was able to steal a second fruit from a living person.
no.
We
So
do.
they had to be a fruit that steals other people's powers. Just like Enru, they had to use that dial to remove his power.
Can you stop being smart for like 10 seconds? so like Blackbeard
It's like, yes!
Blackbeard targeted the dark fruit
Yes.
Specifically, he killed a member of Whitebeard's crew to take that very, very specific Logia fruit.
Okay, so now I have another question. So when you kill a devil fruit user,
They didn't have the fruit. He had like they
He
had
actually just had the fruit in his hand.
like
He just killed
basically
him,
the
and then he
physical
just took it. No, yeah. He
Oh,
just
okay.
took the fruit from his hand.
Oh, okay.
So they raided a village and he was like,
okay.
"Look, guys, I found the dark fruit," and
Fuck
he had
you.
it in a chest. Yeah, exactly. In the middle of the night, murked him, took the darkness
Imagine
fruits
waiting on a ship. How long? For 20 years, bro. Imagine waiting on the ship for 20 years
to take that fruit.
Finally, you see someone like have the fruit that you've been waiting for, and you're like, bro, I'm about to fucking murk your ass for that shit.
Okay, god damn. Dude.
So the
My
power,
head.
the darkness fruit is a Logia power. So he is that element. So like if you were to punch him, you'd phase through him because he's darkness. Unless
Dark matter.
he does turn into a physical human form when he's trying to grab somebody. So for him to punch somebody and touch them, like he does have to have his physical human form, right? Even though it is a Logia power.
I like your shirt, by the way.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Look at that. That's just
Sparkling,
glistening.
bro.
It's been blinding me this whole time.
But the power of the darkness fruit is also the power that nullifies other devil fruit powers. So if CJ has the ice fruit, I normally
Is it like
can't
a
touch him
Reiju
because
thing?
no, he has to
just a
physically
physical
touch them.
touch,
He has to
yeah.
physically.
So if I touch you, you're not longer like
So
under-
like
nullified.
CJ's like trying to shit on me. You can't touch me, Drew. I'm the snow boy. Like if you try to punch me, like I'm snow, you can't touch me. Like if me with the dark fruit, I grab him, he's gonna freak out. He's like, yo, how are you
can't
touching me
use
right
this.
now? What the fuck is happening? So that's why like when Blackbeard fights Ace, the flame fruit, like when Ace fights, especially in early One Piece, he's like, dude, why are you shooting bullets at me? I'm literally fire. Like, what do you see these bullets flying through my face? Like, I'm the fire man. But then like when he first fights Blackbeard and he doesn't realize what the darkness fruit does, he's like, holy shit, this man has me by the fucking neck, literally, and
by
I
the
can't
short
get out
ones.
of it. So it nullifies the power of other devil fruits. So it's never been explicitly said. So we don't know if that's why he's able to take multiple fruits, because the darkness fruits suppresses other devil fruits.
Yes.
But
We just know that he has to.
and not only that, like 3 chapters ago, we learned that his entire crew is made up of stolen devil fruit powers.
Is
If you
is he
had,
continuously nullifying the other devil fruit? That
We
he
have
has
we
no
don't
idea.
know. We don't know.
All
We
we
just
know is that he's been yoinking devil fruits all around the world and then giving them to his homies. That's all we know.
right. So he broke a bunch of people out of prison, like the most dangerous people in the world. He broke them out of prison, turned them into his crew, and like he's just been stealing devil fruit powers, like whatever they ask for, and giving it to them. Like if you have somebody that's like super frail but like wants to be fast, and so like that guy has the fast fruit. Touch him, take his fruit, give it to your homie. Now he's got the fast fruit, and we don't know why that happens.
Like, or
we don't
how
know
it happens.
why that happens.
We see a demonstration. You'll see it later on. We see a demonstration where he yoinks a power, a crazy power, and he keeps it for himself. And we're like, how the
Like he has
fuck?
one fruit in each fist. He's just like, what's his laugh?
Zeha,
It's
bro.
Zeha.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When we first see him use the stolen power, my
You
jaw
think it's
was like,
fake.
my jaw. Yeah, I was like, what the
it's
fuck
like
is
normal anime
happening?
exposition. He's like, haha, I've stolen the Quake fruit, and you're just like, shut
you.
up, pussy.
Yeah, you're like, bro, what the
and
fuck?
like
No
you,
way.
in like in the manga, it's just like black fist, white fist, and then it's just like, shut the fuck up, dog.
you'll see
And then
his
he's just
powers
like,
later.
watch. And then just like does a quake on the fucking universe right to his like right
You'll-
side, and it's just like the
you'll see it
whole
later on,
island
but it's
just flips
crazy.
90 degrees, and they're just like, how did he steal this?
Dude, it's such a. I'm telling you, when I fucking first saw that, because I was watching the anime at that time. When I first saw it, I was like, yo, this like. It made me love Blackbeard as a villain. I was like,
He
yo,
stole the
he's
strongest
such a-
paramecia fruit.
I was like,
he
yo,
stole the
he's
strong,
such a
like he
crazy
had the
villain.
strongest Logia fruit, stole the strongest paramecia fruit, and it's just like, dude, how?
What's
what
next?
are you
What's
talking
next?
about?
The strongest mythical zone group?
knows?
Who knows?
We can end now if you
Who
want.
knows? Who
No,
knows?
no, I-
If you want to end my exhilarating One Piece
Like,
discussion.
again,
Hey,
hold on. I'm just here to reiterate.
do you have
like
any
I
more
said,
questions before we
He
finish?
Hey,
spoils you.
I asked questions you guys didn't want to answer.
Do you have more?
No,
questions?
it's not
more
that
questions we can't answer.
We didn't.
No.
It's
No,
not that
it's
we
cool.
didn't want to
I'm
answer. we
excited.
couldn't
I'm
answer.
excited because you guys are giving me affirmation of what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are not liberally answering my questions, but you guys are like, you're in the right path. You're in the right path.
It's because you're right.
You are. You are.
Because when these episodes were coming out and the chapters you're reading, I did not take away what you're taking away. Even though,
Yeah.
like, I was wrong at the time. I was wrong. You're right. And you don't even realize that you're right while reading. Like, we don't talk, like, all week about One Piece. And then you come in here and you're just like, hey,
By the way, I picked up on all this.
smiling and, like, all this other stuff. What is that about? Although, like, I've never heard somebody so right so early.
Especially in One Piece. Like, no, that's actually really good.
No, and I'm super excited about One Piece. Again, this has been Between Nerds, episode 119.
119.
Our next episode is gonna be Satoshi Kon's film Bell
Bell
on
2021.
HBO Max. We know Satoshi Kon. Satoshi Kon is the same director that made Perfect Blue. I really highly recommend it to
I'm
you,
probably gonna check it
CJ,
out, yeah.
because it's pop culture. It's a pop artist being.
You keep saying Satoshi Kon. You said that in the episode last week and while texting this week. It's not Satoshi Kon. It's Mamoru Hosoda. Hosoda was the one that made The Girl Who Leapt Through Time and made the other ones.
Oh fuck!
You're getting it backwards.
I did.
You've done this a couple times now, but it's Mamoru Hosoda.
Hosoda. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's not. But Satoshi
I'm
Kon.
still gonna watch.
Satoshi Kon's
is
tight,
Perfect Blue.
Mamoru Hosoda's tight, and
Yeah.
so is Shinkei.
I feel like
Okay.
you guys are gonna jump me. But the way you guys are like, hey,
I'll
come to
fucking
my
jump
corner.
But if you were to ever come to me and be like, "Yo, I didn't like this Shinkai movie," maybe, maybe.
No. Okay. We saw. Anyways, nerd down.
Nerd down.
Nerd down.
Nerd down.
Episode 119. One Piece filling red.
Between Nerds podcast.
Between Nerds podcast. We're here on the Nerd Down. The Nerd Down for all our nerds around London. We get a lot of our listens from London
England.
and England.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, but please sub. Just sub. Just click
Yeah,
sub.
bro.
On YouTube,
On
please.
YouTube, and that's it.
It's because of a lot of our audio only, like international content on like Apple Podcasts and like Spotify and Pandora and stuff like that. We do get a lot of like West European traffic, and I don't know how that happened, but like, please subscribe on YouTube. I know you fuckers have a YouTube account. Like, even if you only listen in audio format, please subscribe on YouTube.
Probably because
Everybody in this day
they're
and
not
age.
working 40 hours a week.
Everybody in this day and age has a YouTube account.
Exactly.
Like literally
But-
everybody. Bro.
But yeah, follow us on all tags at Between Nerds on our social media. Email us at betweennerdspodcast@gmail.com. And
tweet at them. At Between Nerds.
Nerd Down.
Nerd down. The beginning of this nerd down. The end of no. Well, we'll do the comment first. Hold on. Okay.
We
So-
do have some traffic on YouTube.
Right. So, as a follow up to a conversation we had 2 episodes ago, Mr. Erwin Guerrera, who was, we had a conversation with him in our comment section at the end of our season 2 Made in Abyss episode, Made in Abyss and the City of the Scorching Sun. And he was trying to be respectful, and I appreciate that. Like, he was really trying to be nice and not trigger nobody and not be like these angry nerds on the internet. Like angry, unhinged nerds on the internet, and he was really trying to help us explain and further the discussion that we were having on Made in Abyss.
Was this one of the comments that you had to edit?
Your reply? Yeah, because
Yeah?
like you pretend commas don't exist when writing.
Okay. So, like, I was going to say something along the lines of
I mean,
he does say is like I'm not trying to be in any way negative or anything like that, or
I'm
be
not trying to be one of those angry nerds on the internet.
that toxic part of that community. But then again, me and Drew, as also nerds, like we know to keep our walls up
Yeah,
from like this comments, because some of the comments are well some of the comments that we got from Meshuggah Tensei
yeah.
were kind of a little passive aggressive.
Not even passive aggressive. Like it's people calling us dumb for not understanding like a work we watched in a week.
And I love that he took in consideration that we're just having a week to talk about this because we
get
want to
off
give
our
you.
nuts.
That's how it starts. Do you want me to start reading?
Yeah.
So, at the during the nerd down for episode 117, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, we started talking about Erwin's comment from episode 116, which was Made in Abyss. So it reads, "Oh, dude, I didn't know you watched this in a week. No wonder you misread ton of stuff. I'm not calling you guys dumb. I was saying that no one gets everything correct on the first read/watch. The author likes speaking in a very cryptic way that is very confusing. I don't read your jobless reincarnation comments, but they sound like the exact type of person I didn't want to come off as. I hate when rabid fans are the first exposure for a series community to someone.
Mm-hmm. And we always talked about this, me and Drew. And so, CJ, you're having fun here, brother?
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I
mean,
always have fun with you guys. What are you talking about?
It's
I
a
always have
conversation for you to relax, grab your favorite drink, you know, and hang out, whether it's a tea or another
fun. I
kind
will
of
say
tea.
this. What was the need of the... I'm not trying to call you guys dumb. He didn't have to say that. That was...
I think we said it to his benefit. I think we might have said it in the discussion in the nerd down of that video. I think, like, because we were referring it to our Machuko Tenshin like discussions, where a bunch of nerds were like I think they flat out said dumb and stupid. Like, how did you not get this? How do you not understand like these classifications for power systems and stuff like that?
Along
like,
the lines of like, why would you say this where it was obviously this, and this?
How did you
Shut
not
up,
fully
Dwight.
understand
Yeah.
and comprehend what
But dude-
I've read thousands of times? Like, come on, man. You need to relax.
Like,
Nobody knocks anybody for not understanding One
Mashuko
Piece.
Tensei.
it's a
Like,
novel. It's a light novel.
You know what I'm saying? And like in the anime, we talk so good about the anime being so descriptive and being so like they're world building at every chance they get, you
Yeah.
know, and it's like One Piece, but One Piece has a lot of breathing room. Whereas Mashuko Tensei, we haven't seen that kind of breathing room ever, you know.
Right.
But Mashuko Tensei was so good, and like these nerds are just like, why would you say this when that thing that they're talking about?
We have
it's-
spoilers in our comments from things that are novels ahead of like where the anime finishes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And our whole discussion basically says so. Like I've read like what Aldo just grabbed is like I've read 3 Michiko Tensei novels like after the anime ends. And like so that's why I'm finally understanding like where these nerds are coming from. But dude, how the fuck would we have ever known that?
Yeah.
We would have never known that. Like what are you upset about right now?
No, I guess you. It's like hindsight is 2020. They do say that, you know.
But to Mr. Guerrera's comment, like I appreciate that sentiment. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Because like you actually took the time to like respond to our response of your response, which is like
he did clear up the point that we had for Made in Abyss of why was the guy so eager to sell his being to the girl that turned everything into
the village or whatever.
yeah, the village. So yeah, he was like, oh, he was so disgusted by himself drinking the stew that was healing them from the diarrhea sickness.
Right.
What is
right.
it called? Corolla?
Mud
no.
butt.
No.
The
Cholera.
cholera.
Right?
cholera,
That's the sickness.
So it reads, the reason Belafu was so distraught was because he was the most noble of the group and didn't want to eat the soup, but couldn't resist when it was given to him. Basically, he was going insane and wanted Irumiui to take everything from him because of the guilt
Irumiui.
he felt from eating her children. Personally, my favorite character of the group.
Because from all that he gave away, turned him into this super like OP character that does a flip flop. Like he's a bad guy at the beginning, but he ends up fighting for the good guys at the end. But he dies, so it's like a redemption
tsundere.
kind of thing.
He's a tsundere.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a
One thing I like about Mr. Irwin's comment, or Irwin, sorry, pronouncing it. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Might be a fake name.
It might be, okay, but hey, as what the comment says, Mr. Irwin Guerrera. One thing I like that he said is that he does clarify no one gets it right,
It's me, guys.
including himself. So he got it wrong.
Have
initially
you
the
watched
first
Made in
time.
Abyss?
No, I never watched it.
Jesus.
Don't.
Like you should. Like if you want to be obsessed about something
Oh,
real
you
quick.
say, I literally thought you were gonna say if you want to be upset.
Nah, if you want to
Well,
be
also-
upset, both upset and upset. But it's like it's like
It's a Berserk times 10. Is the
what's
Eclipse
like- what-
episode?
Nah, bro, I love Brazil.
what's like a non-anime equivalent is what I'm trying to think of. Like what it's like watching.
Dexter's Lab.
Spider-Man No Way Home, and it's super sad because of how much personal involvement you feel with it. Because like once Aunt May starts repeating the "with great power comes great responsibility," you start fucking sobbing in the middle of your chair, right? So like it's like that, like something so beautifully written that you're upset it's happening in real time.
But then again, the second season, it almost turns into The Boys. It almost turns into like a shock value thing.
I love The Boys.
Like the author, it can't wait to tell you how fucked this shit can get.
Yeah.
So, but like the first season, the movie, and the second season are up. They absolutely destroy you. Absolutely destroy you. It's crazy.
You should
I need
watch
to
it.
watch it.
You should watch it. You should.
Well, I don't know because you guys are the way you're saying it. You're like teeter tottering. Like, oh, it fucking.
No,
sucks.
it's good. Like I love season one. Like season
It's
one
animated
of
so fucking
season one of Made in Abyss might be one of my best, like one of my favorite, like one shot seasons ever.
Did
like
you see
top
this on,
10.
Crunchyroll?
It used to be on Amazon Prime. I don't know where it's at right now.
'Cause
It was
I think it's still
it was
there.
on Amazon Prime like 4 years ago, and like Amazon
There
Prime
was
I have a
nothing
website.
wrong. Because
I have a website.
it was an Amazon produced, like original,
season
right?
2 was only on High Dive.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I have a website. It'll probably be on there.
Made in Abyss season 1 for real.
I'll probably check it out. I'll probably
Eh.
I'll check it out. You know what I mean? Because you guys always have good recommendations. So it's like, yeah, I listen.
And I was gonna say too about like watching all this anime, and from the people I talk outside this podcast about anime, they don't watch a lot of anime.
Yeah.
Like they watch the same animes like a year.
basic, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's,
Like if they get into something
the
new,
basic
it's
bitches.
something. It's something rare.
I have people I know like that. I don't have it in the room, but like a friend of mine that I play Yu-Gi-Oh with is obsessed with Darling in the Franxx. But like he knows the ending shit, so he's never seen like the last like 3-4 episodes. You know what I mean? I recently bought the where is it? I can't find it. But the Darling in the Franxx has recently started releasing a manga iteration of the anime, which is meant to clear up those questionable points at the end of the anime. And like I have the volumes 1 and 2 like collab book, and like it's a lot of the same, but I could understand why people don't want to move on from this very comfortable point, because like especially early Darling in the Franxx episodes, they're so perfect in what like nerds think or like want falling in love to feel like, that it is an unrealistic expectation, which is why they like it in the same breath, because it's like it doesn't have any of the strenuous parts of like actually like falling in love with somebody and like dedicating your life to them. But like the to that point, I understand why they only want to watch something like Darling in the Franxx. They don't want something like Call of the Night, which is like more adult, it has anime, sci-fi, fantasy aspects, but like it's so real that it questions those very juvenile motivations that characters in Darling in the Franxx have.
I got you.
Yeah, and I feel like
You're very smart.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you're
I
very
just
smart.
watch a lot of anime.
Yeah, you're very smart.
no, and I feel like the same sentiment to be like when they watch when a normie tells you, "Oh, I like
Look at this nerd.
Naruto.
Look
I
at
like
this nerd.
Naruto."
You think that's a normie thing to like?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
very
that's like
normie
To me,
the
Dragon
most
Ball-
normie
No, I
anime.
think to me, Dragon
Oh,
Ball
it
Z
might be
is
Dragon
like,
Ball.
yeah,
Dragon
to
Ball
me,
might
Dragon
be
Ball
the
Z
most
reminds me
normie.
of the
Yeah, for
normie.
frijoles,
Someone's like,
like-
"What do you mean? I love Goku." Like, all right,
Yeah.
that's basic.
Okay, maybe something like that, like something normally like that. Like I feel like they're so in their like comfort zone as far as anime that they don't know why they like anime, but they think they like it because of like that particular story. Because we've watched 120 fucking pieces of anime in this podcast, and how many duds have we had? 4?
Under 20.
Under 20? You think it's more than 10?
Damn, he's like, "Yo, I've been counting the
Like super duds.
Okay,
super duds.
Hold on.
If
So-
you talk to me about duds, I feel like Dead Man Wonderland is a dud.
Dud.
Okay, I feel like Free free the Watanabe.
But like that's not even bad.
It's not bad.
It's just not
exactly.
us.
Exactly.
It's just not for us.
Exactly. Code Geass for me, it's like a super mid.
Dog shit opinion.
You know what I'm saying? And
He hates Code Geass, bro. He hates
hates
Code.
Code Geass?
He hates Code Geass.
and like as far as the shit that we've hated,
We
Bobo, we didn't talk so good about Bobo.
Bubbles ass. We talked down about Cowboy Bebop. We said it's not
You guys
bad,
did.
but it's not a
You guys
classic.
You guys did talk down.
It couldn't depend so much on the music like it did. Like, come on now.
I almost fought you for that.
We like
I almost stood up.
I almost stood up from my chair and
we love Akame ga Kill. We like NGE. We like the end of NGE.
Darling in the Franks, the last is his fucking ass.
The FLCL sequels are
Death
dog
Note,
shit.
half of it was ass as fuck.
Yeah.
the latter half. Was
Parasite.
The first, the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
part
yeah.
was
That-
great.
that's all we said.
But
That's all we
after,
said.
after L dies, it's kind of like.
That's all we
Parasite,
said.
Yeah. After L dies,
season 3 of Yu Yu Hakusho
Yep.
is ass. You know
Whoa,
what I'm
the
saying?
one with
You've named at least 10.
You don't like the part with
Yeah, you're right,
you
you're
don't
right.
like the part with what's his name Sasui or Sasui the guy with the fucking martial arts leg and shit, the one where he turns full demon in the end. You don't like that arc where he goes to the bottom and he
It's-
fights the guy with the ponytail. You don't like that arc?
No, that's ass. The one where they actually
Yeah.
go into Demon
After-
World and
after
he
the
turns into
tournament.
like
After
fucking
the
Super Saiyan
tournament.
3.
Yeah, and
What?
they're trying
That's
to
season
drill.
three. No,
They're trying to
that's
drill into each other and shit like that.
No.
And
Season
then they're
3.
fighting on the fucking little middle island in Demon
Oh.
World. and
Where the
shit.
ex-spirit detective, he
Yes,
goes to the
yes.
Demon World to fight him.
Yeah, he
Yes.
fights Sasui
Yes.
or whatever his name is. Yeah,
Yes.
you don't like that arc? I
No,
love that.
that shit's
fucking-
ass.
love
I'm with Aldo on that one.
Ah.
That shit's ass.
What? I love that. One.
We like Hinamatsuri.
I'm just biased because
You didn't like Durarara.
I didn't.
You didn't like Durarara.
I started watching like a
I
couple
like
episodes. And
I
couldn't
like
get into it.
Fruit Baskets
Got-
better, but
got-
Fruit
got-
Basket season 2 was
Fruit
ass.
Baskets was
No,
super
season
Three.
3
was ass.
Right, season 2 was
I couldn't
better.
get into Fruit.
Yeah.
Godzilla Singular Points ass.
Oh, that was bad. You're right.
Ba-ba-ba.
Hey, this is an episode for the breakdown.
Yeah,
Why are we
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about this?
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
God, we had other points. Aldo,
Wakanda Forever?
okay? You want to talk about Wakanda Forever first? Okay.
I kind of don't because CJ hasn't
No, you
watched
can, you
it.
can go right ahead, bro. It don't matter to me.
Uh,
I still enjoy
did
it
you
regardless.
like Wakanda
I
Forever?
liked it, man.
You liked it a
I
lot.
cried.
You cried. I didn't like
cried,
it as
brother?
much
I like it
as
that good, then.
Doctor Strange, the Multiverse is Madness,
I think I like him more than Winter Soldier.
no, absolutely not.
I know,
I would never say that. I wouldn't say that, and I also wouldn't say it's better than like Spider-Man: No Way Home. Like I really think Spider-Man: No Way Home is the best MCU film this year.
I think for what Disney wanted
No
to
Way
do and Marvel wanted to do, I think it was executed perfectly.
You think it's better than Multiverse of Madness?
I
No.
can't tell
No, I
you
don't.
that I did not have
You just said it was
fun
the best
at
one.
any time of the movie.
Oh, No Way Home.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were asking if I thought Wakanda Forever was better than Multiverse of Madness.
No, because you said no.
No, it's third. So then it's like MCU movie releases this year for me. It's No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, Wakanda Forever, and then Thor Ragnarok. Or no, not Ragnarok.
Love and Thunder?
Love and Thunder.
I didn't like Love and Thunder.
I didn't like Love
I
and
didn't
Thunder.
like
that much.
I
Love
thought
and
that shit
Thunder
was
was-
so fucking
was
cheesy, bro. That
mid.
shit was- yeah,
It's
that
not
was,
bad. It's just
No,
mid.
yeah,
it's just mid.
for sure mid. That shit was like a 6 out of 10 for me.
I think Wakanda Forever, even the first Black Panther, I didn't really get into.
It got the Whitexicans mad as fuck, bro.
the white.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
like,
isn't who's
people
the
people
one?
of fair skin in Mexico?
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
They
Who
got,
was-
they got him mad.
Isn't that one of the main villains? He's like a
He's Mayan.
Namor.
Namor.
Kukulkan.
Isn't he?
Kukulkan.
Isn't he like the
Namor.
director? Isn't he like the director of the movie?
No.
Didn't he come out in the?
No,
Ryan
came out in
Ryan
Narcos.
Connell, Ryan Kugel. It's something with the
Tenoch
C.
Huerta. It's Namor.
Yeah, he. No, you're confused. But
I'm
like,
definitely confused. Yeah.
but like, I'm glad they brought up that point because like I feel like I grew up in El Paso to the point that like everyone's Hispanic, but like people with more fair skin
fair
features were like,
My coworker brought that
Spoke-
term up, fair skin, and I'm like,
Huh?
like in In opposed to what? Unfair skin.
What do you mean by what do you mean by fair skin?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's
what the
true.
fuck?
That's
Yeah.
true. It's a dumbass ignorant term because it's like you're brown, you're not unfair. You're not
Yeah,
dirty.
it's like,
you're
right,
not
right,
like
yeah.
like
Exactly.
and like I've always thought that was funny about like how this podcast is set up because like it's usually me
Because
and
I'm
Aldo,
brown.
right? Well, I am more brown than Aldo, and I only speak one language. Aldo is a lot more like
Bro,
like
when
true to
I
his
had
culture.
the pool, when I had the pool, I was browner than you.
Oh, that's not even true.
Yeah.
This Filipino pigment keeps me brown as fuck, like even without any sun. But my point has always been like I think, I thought about that a little bit because like a lot of Hispanics I know take pride in like not only speaking Spanish but like having this like a lot of influences they don't even realize are native
To them.
Central American cultures, but that are like conquistadores like
Correct.
culture.
Correct.
They don't even realize it.
Well, a lot of the media and a lot of the 80% of the people's profile is Tenoch Huerta's profile.
Right.
But then again, all the media, it's white skins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the novelas are white skins, but like the help, it's like the brown skin people and
Oh,
like
yeah.
stuff like that. So it pissed off a lot of white skins in the media because they're like, well, it shouldn't be about the color of his skin. It should be about who can act better.
Well, he's a native. He would have
Yeah,
been brown.
he would've- yeah,
He would have been brown.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you know
just
they
makes more sense.
CGI his junk?
I saw that. I saw that because
I don't
like
know what y'all talking about.
there's like TikToks of like the between the scene like between takes. There's like clips of him dancing, this and that. He's just wearing a fucking green speedo. You know what I mean?
okay,
like
get you.
so like.
So CGI,
But in the movie, they took
It's
away
like,
the bulge.
It's like an action figure. It's like an action figure. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Barbie Kent.
it's just like smooth and shit. That's funny.
And I thought that aspect was really important for the movie because I didn't like Black Panther 1 that much because I like
Because it was bold?
my controversial opinion for the first Black Panthers. I do not think Michael B. Jordan was a good Killmonger, like at all. I do not think
Who
Michael
do you
B.
think would have
Jordan.
been a better one?
I can't-
Idris Elba.
It's just Michael B. Jordan's acting as Killmonger is just kind of like
He's Michael B. Jordan.
it's not even that he's Michael B. Jordan. It's just like
No, he's
he
CJ
took
from Grand Theft Auto.
he took took the acting direction, act black, but like what it would be like to grow up in
Act
America.
stereotypical. Black,
Yes,
yeah.
act stereotypical black. And it's hey, homie, like you don't think that like I can be Black Panther, dog? Like
Yeah,
like
yo,
you
that's
know,
wiggity whack. I'm here to
like
get your
but,
ass.
like what
you
it's
know what I mean?
like watching the first Fast and Furious movies. You know what I mean? That's what
Yeah.
it feels like. Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger is. It's just like oh shut
Yeah.
up.
It was like Ludacris in those first. Fast and
Yes,
Furious. When he
Ludacris's
first came out, he
original
was being,
character
like,
in the Fast and Furious
stereotypical black
franchise.
dude.
Damn, that is absolutely.
That's what Michael
on
B.
the
Jordan
dot.
You
is.
ever see Not Another Teen Movie?
Yes.
He's like that. I forgot what that one guy, what that one black dude's name
That
is.
black
But that
dude's
one
like, I'm
actor,
the
yeah,
only
he's
black
like,
dude
he's
in
like,
the
I'm the
movie.
stereotypical black dude.
That's
in the
Michael B.
movie.
Jordan's
Yeah.
character in the
Yeah.
first like
Panther.
Black Panther, and like I didn't like that at all. I thought it was super bad. And like the movie is about
was the
like
token black
black identity in general because it's just like, hey, I'm a first generation son of African immigrants. Just because you grew up in Wakanda, that doesn't make you more Wakandan than me, does it? And then that's the movie. You know what I mean?
No, I get you.
So, like, a lot of Wakanda Forever is a lot of, like, coming together on this identity of what it means to be Wakandan, to the point that, like, there's other tribes that are, like, kicked out of the Wakandan core main country and don't really get a say in government, but they're still Wakandans, so they get a say in government in this movie. And there's people that can further the Wakandan development through technology that are, you know, undergraduate students at MIT in Boston, but like who they're not really Wakandan, even though they look like us and they act like us. But can we really blame natives of the ocean, which are escapees from colonialism in like the 16th century? Can we call ourselves more native than them just because
Absolutely not.
they're not? That's the question. It's a lot of questions. It's an open discussion kind of film that
Sounds
doesn't
like a good-ass
actually
movie.
that doesn't write out its answers though.
Oh, okay, I get you. I'm sorry. Absolutely not. It's not the answer to that question.
I thought you said like that was a horrible thing.
You know,
that's
but
not
like,
what I thought.
it's so fucking weird when you have like you have the intention to bring awareness to like, yo, dude, we are putting down our native people of this land that we don't have any fucking saying on. But like, if you are part Mexican, part truly native Mexican, and part Spaniard, like, and you still get hated on for not being, it's like the American immigrant dilemma from Mexico. Is like, you're not Mexican enough to be Mexican, and you're not American enough to be American. It's like,
I feel that.
as long as you are aware of the discrimination and shit like that from your native people, I want to take like and this has been in my head forever, and that's why I didn't want to name my first son like typical like Catholic Spanish like name or something like that, you
like
know,
Jesus or something.
you know, exactly, you know. So it's something that I want to learn from what my roots in Mexico are instead of my Spanish or,
No, I get it.
or like overseas kind of connection. But there's extremists in both ends, as like they still hate, like they'll always tell you you'll never know what it is like, but you'll never know what it is like because you will never know what it will be like. But I don't know, I feel like a lot of people that are trying to help get shit from people that are trying to make awareness from.
Mm-hmm. No, I get what you're saying.
No, I understand what Aldo's saying in a different way too, because like I'm really, really bad at being Mexican. Like I'm like a really, really bad Mexican. But like I only have one parent that's like you know like ethnically Mexican, like ethnically Hispanic, and but I never felt more Mexican than when I lived 4 years in Lubbock, Texas, because like although I love. Like, you know, I love Red Raider football. I love Texas Tech as a school.
Boy, does.
But, like, the culture of, like, Lubbock, Texas, like, West Texas, rural Texas in general, like, you feel it. You really do feel it. And people would try to tell me that I'm either making it up or I'm being dramatic or that, like, and I'm just like, no, it's not true.
You don't understand.
There's, like, a half dozen cases that I was pulled over for no reason because, like, my car at the time when I was in college was like a Honda Civic that was worth like $1,500 and it's complete dog shit. I was even lucky that it could drive
from point A to point B.
Yeah, I was lucky that it could drive from El Paso to Lubbock. That's a 300-mile drive. I was lucky that I had a car that it could accomplish that. I'm happy about that, and I would always be pulled over on campus by Lubbock Police Department, by the Texas Tech like privately owned police department.
Did you live in the dorms over?
No, I didn't. But like, even me going from like my apartment to like the rec center, I'd get pulled over all the time. Somebody literally asked me one time, like he wanted to pull me out of the car. He was like, "Do you belong here?" Like I was just broke and had a shitty car that was just a piece of shit, but it still ran. And I was just going. I was going to the gym, bro. Like just going to the gym, like after like regular school hours. It's like 7 p.m. in the middle of the summer, and like he just pulled me over just to be like, "Hey, can I see your license? Is this real?" Yeah, bro. Here's my school ID too. I go to school here, but I live off campus, and I was just coming here to the rec center because, you know, it's part of my fucking like tuition payment. and just like would just go back to his car and just be like, "I ran your plates. It says your name. This is really you?" "Yes." "What the fuck? Like, of course that's me. What the fuck are you saying?" Well, I just noticed your car, and I noticed you're on campus. Like, are you sure you belong here? Like,
bro, I would have been pissed.
Like, exactly.
Yeah,
but what am I gonna say? It's some
like...
young white cop with a gun on his hip. I hate when cops walk up to your window and they have their hand on their gun. You're such a bitch. Yeah. You're such a pussy. Yeah, you're such a fucking pussy.
It's like you gotta show those, like, yeah,
just like
don't forget that I got this.
Yeah. So he's just like, you know, doing that, like hand on his hip with his gun in his hand already. Like, are you sure you belong here? Bro, we are not even half a block. We are half a building away from the rec center. Obviously, that's where I'm going. What are we fucking questioning right now? Just in like, I've been in like traps, like immediately, like highway traps, immediately leaving Lubbock, going to Austin, coming back to El Paso, where like it was so obvious that like I was only pulled over because like my car was shit and I'm brown. Like they're like even
They're like,
speeding.
"Where are the
they would-
drugs?"
even speeding, like I'd get scared, be like, "Oh my god, I'm speeding! I'm about to get a speeding ticket." They wouldn't even give me a speeding ticket. They'd be like, "Where are you
brown
coming
ticket.
from?" Yeah, where are you coming? Where are you coming from? Lubbock? Are you sure you live in Lubbock? You're going to Austin? What do you have to do in Austin? Is that like like they ask me like I committed
Random,
a
like-
crime. Why are you pulling me over? No reason. I just thought you looked suspicious.
Did you see the guy that drove into like 40 recruits?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent you
No,
a
I
video.
did not see that.
Some dude like some recruits in Iowa, I think. Some law enforcement recruits.
Yeah.
They were jogging.
Yeah, I was like,
Jogging.
Hey.
yeah, hey.
And then some dude just just ran into him.
Damn,
he
he
pa-
did that.
he passed-
What's that one guy that did his trial was recently? Daryl Brooks.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
guy that
his-
ran into that Christmas parade.
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
But
Did
this,
you see that?
This guy passed his field sobriety test.
Oh, did he really? And he just did that shit just because he wanted
It was
to do
an
that shit?
accident.
Fuck that! That was
Yeah.
a fucking
Did you see
accident.
that
guy
video I
wanted to
sent
do
you
that shit.
with the Tesla that lost control in China?
Oh,
I'd already
I
seen
saw that
that.
video.
I'd already
That
seen
was
that, yeah.
that was insane.
Wild.
No
That
wonder
shit
Twitter is
sue
going
me.
down, bro. No wonder.
6
Twitter.
people died.
What's crazy is that the driver in the car lived.
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
but like I think he was drunk too.
No, I don't think. I don't know about that. That I don't know.
I don't
But what I know is that he tried to hit the brakes and it didn't work.
Please follow us on Twitter if Twitter is not a thing. I never thought I could like compare Twitter and the Ukraine for a second.
In Ukraine.
You know, like we were scared that Ukraine was not going to be a country for a while.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Ukraine. Oh,
At the beginning, like when the war was gonna start, like we thought Ukraine was gonna assist.
Was it done?
Yeah, exactly.
no, they're still in it.
They're still in it. They're
But
still in
do
it,
you
luckily.
Do you think it's gonna? Do you think it's gonna?
I think
Kibbutz?
honestly, there's been a
Well, Poland's
Russia.
about to get into it now.
Russia almost doesn't even have a
Talking
workforce.
about Twitter.
Poland's. Oh, sorry.
Talking about Twitter.
Talk about Twitter. Oh,
Rest in peace.
Do you think
It's
that's
done.
gonna last?
It's
Yeah,
kaput.
I-
It's over.
I don't know. I think it will. I just think like Elon Musk is super fucking annoying because like he fires 90% of his
He's
workforce and then he's on Twitter making jokes about it.
He's petty.
And not only that, he's posting memes about like millions of people losing customer funds in FTX. The US government investigating
that?
Twitter. Like, dude, they're investigating both. You fucking idiot. Like, you know, you're like, it's like that meme where it's like when I purposely post misinformation on the internet. Like,
He paid everybody 3 month severance packages to like keep working for Twitter or not work with Twitter.
Yeah.
That's wild. And people around the world, like people in Mexico, everybody got fired. Like
I can't believe people really think that he's like smart, that he's like a real genius.
dude,
No,
I don't
he's
want to.
just-
I don't
he's
want to
got
hear
daddy's
that
money.
shit.
He's
ever.
just got daddy's money, bro.
He's got daddy's money and then-
Cobalt.
What do you think his wife left him?
Cobalt
do
is
you mean by
crazy.
well, you know he's got like 10 kids, right?
11.
Really?
I
I
heard.
thought he just had that one robot.
No. He's got like 10
The
kids.
one-
A lot of these
Pinocchio.
a lot of these kids are with like ex like chiefs of Tesla and stuff like that
Really?
though.
Oh, yeah.
I know there was one story that they had about him where he was like sneaking around with like one
Who's the
assistant
motherfucker
or something like
from?
that.
Who's the motherfucker from the one show
Allegedly,
on
because
MTV?
I don't want no lawsuits.
The black
Nick-
dude
Nick
has
Cannon?
like Nick Cannon has like 20 kids too.
Bro, one thing I don't understand about that is that okay, he's got that sickle cell disease or whatever the fuck he's got, right?
What
He's-
is that?
I have
Sickle
no
cell?
idea what he's got something, right? He's got something.
sickle cell is more prevalent in the black community.
He's got something, right? He's got some disease,
He's
right?
got
But
some-
what's crazy is that he's going around spreading that same genetic. So like
And-
his lineage, or I don't know if it's hereditary. Or not.
I
could
think
be talking
it
out my
is.
ass.
It is, and a lot
which
of-
is crazy because now he's spreading that around to more.
A
which
lot
is
of-
not bad.
spreading.
A lot of-
But it's a potential. It's potentially.
Well, a lot of that argument that people give is be like, "Oh, the girls are in it for the girls and are in it for the money."
don't know about
Most
that.
state governments, after the third baby mama, they don't get anything. Essentially, even in California, like he's got
'Cause he'll be
12
out of
baby
money at that point.
He's got
No
12
bullshit.
baby mamas. Only the first 3 are getting any. Like,
It's crazy
type
because
of
he's got
child
like
support payment.
he's on some Eddie Murphy shit because Eddie Murphy in the 80s was popping baby mamas like crazy. Dude, he's got like 12 kids, 10 kids. I think he's got 10 kids. It's ridiculous, bro. These guys are insane. I don't know what they. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. They need to stop. There's enough Nick. We don't need more Nick Cannons. We don't need more Drumline.
You know what else is crazy?
What else?
Star Wars Andor, Disney Plus original.
You haven't
You
watched
ain't
it.
damn Star Wars. You ain't Star Wars. I know you're a huge fan of Star Wars. I don't know.
I really like the 2 first episodes. That's where I'm at. I'm sorry. I
Yay!
can watch more.
I'm glad Aldo's even watched 2 episodes.
I
That shit's super
know.
exciting for me.
And you know what? I've watched half of the first episode, but I had to rewatch it, and I watched it, and then my girl was bored, the baby's playing and stuff like that. So
It sounds like
Andor might be the best written Star Wars like piece of media ever.
wait. Is this about?
Ever.
Are there Jedi's in it?
No.
no.
That's why it's well written. That's what because it
That's not
doesn't
well
need
written
that
to me.
crutch. It does not need the crutch
That's
of the
not well
Force
written to me.
and
They
Jedi.
One
None of
Punch
that.
Man, they One Punch Man, the Jedi's.
No,
that's
for
not
real.
well
It's
written.
really well. So like, I even saw memes like 2-3
Iron
weeks
Punch
ago that were
Jedi's.
like, "Hey, have you seen that high stakes political drama that's also Star Wars? That's Andor.
That sounds like
That's Andor.
That sounds like I already had that with House of the Dragon. You know what I mean?
House of the Dragon's amazing. That's what I'm saying.
I already had that with that.
That's
I
what I'm
don't need
saying.
it with
Like,
Star
imagine
Wars.
that,
I
but
need
Star Wars.
fucking-
That's Andor.
I need some fucking.
Imagine that,
Sabers.
but Star Wars. That's Andor for real, and that's why it's tight. Like because it's really like.
Has anybody died yet?
Well, yeah, plenty of people. Lots of people are there. It's because like
Because 9 episodes?
it's gonna be 12.
12 episodes.
11 are out right
You know
now.
how many seasons are gonna be, or is this just?
They just announced that they're gonna start recording season 2, but Andor is also on a timeline when it comes to sequels because it's a prequel to Star Wars Rogue One. We know in Star Wars Rogue
Everybody
One that
dies.
everyone dies.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. There's only so much time that they can actually shove into this period that they're recording.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Because
That's actually pretty cool.
the Andor, Cassian Andor, the character in Andor, he's a really big character and a really big name, and he dies in Rogue One. So like in the media lead up to Rogue One, a lot of people were throwing his name around, and then he's in it for 40 minutes and then kind of dies. You know what I mean? So that's why like it's such a big deal.
Cassian.
Cassian Andor. And that's why it's such a big deal that he's basically getting like 2 12-episode
So-
seasons sponsored by Disney.
Cassian Andor, that's a person.
Yes.
Correct? Okay. Who is he? Like, is he a
He's the
Jedi?
dude.
Is he just like?
He's not a Jedi.
He's just a random
he was a
dude on a
thief.
planet?
He was a thief on a planet that was trying to find his sister that was abducted by the Empire and might have been sold into sex slavery. We're not entirely sure yet. And so he was like hunting.
male?
Yes,
Yeah,
and he
It's
was
a sex slave.
and he was
That's crazy.
no
The
his
sister.
sister. The
Oh, his
was-
sister.
He's
Okay,
looking
sorry.
for a
I thought he
sister.
was looking for
So
his
then
sister.
he
Oh, okay.
so then he's on other Imperial planets where he thinks his sister might have been sold to or might have like worked out of brothels.
But then he also I'm sorry, Dre.
No, go for it.
But he also gets lost in this like Breaking Bad, like living your lives kind of thing, because he's like, while doing his search for in this like super imperialistic like scene, he's also trying to like go out of his way to connect with the people that know him, to give him alibis and to be like, hey dude, I was here with you, right? It's like I was here with you.
Me and you
last
had
night.
beers last night, right?
It's like,
Okay,
didn't we
gotcha.
record that one episode of Between Nerds? It's like, right?
Oh yeah, VNA. Yeah, Aldo was here all night.
It's like, we're here. We recorded. It was 5 hours. Yes, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that.
VNA
So-
has gotten mad at on a person. Sorry, on a person.
no, it's fine,
VNA
it's
has gotten mad at me because Aldo has told her that he's been at my house for 7 hours recording an episode and not believed him, and I had to be like, no, literally
you were there.
VNA, like it was a 5.5 hour episode, and like there's just a lot of stuff.
that's
I
hard
get
to
it, I
explain.
get
That's
it,
hard
I
to
get
explain.
it,
Oh,
I
yeah,
get
that's
it,
a
yeah.
long
VNA
time
came
ago.
at me being like,
So-
sure
Are
he was
you
Drew.
sure?
Yeah.
So
Are you
Cassian is going out of his way to like protect the lady friend that's giving him jobs, protect his brother-in-law who is giving him alibis, protect his robot, protect his everybody like close to him, just because he's looking for his sister who is being sexually trafficked.
Episode 1, the biggest like shock for it is that he kills 2 Imperial guards, and like death
like
is
the
already
first two.
It's like One Piece. Like nobody really dies in Star Wars, But like for it have
And it's
to,
gun violence too.
yeah, for it to have such like a mature ending, because it's literally he goes to a brothel in a different like planet. It's like, hey, I think this one girl from this one planet that looks like
Steals a
me might have been
carrier.
here, and she's like, no, 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 no. And then like 2 Imperial soldiers try jumping him and like try taking his credits and stuff. He's like, nah, dude, leave me alone. I don't got bills like that. And like, don't you know we work for the Empire? Give me your fucking wallet, bro. And like. A struggle. He doesn't even have a gun on it when it happens. 2 people try jumping him. They're both Imperial soldiers. In like
They're not Imperial soldiers. They're just
they're
guards
contractors of the
yeah.
Empire.
Yeah, they're
Like
just
mercenaries?
security guards. They're just security guards.
Yeah, they're
shit.
privately contracted.
Oh, wow.
They're contractors.
Yeah.
But they have guns on them, and they try jumping him. He's like, dude, I don't have money. So in self-defense, he grabs one of those other guy's guns, shoots both of them in the chest, and then has to skip town. So that's the plot of Andor.
He steals a cargo plane and he goes back to his town. He gets his brother-in-law to like say like to like buy some alibi. And this is kind of cool to me too, because he tells his robot, he's like, I know this is so weird to you to understand, but I need you to lie for me. I know that takes a lot of energy from you, but I need you as an AI to
like,
say that you never saw me
Yeah.
right now.
Even though you did.
Yeah.
But Cassian, what do you mean?
And it's like, yeah. And then he's like, go home and recharge, and then like reload that order for
Right?
me. Yeah,
It's just like, just pretend
Yeah.
like I was never
Yeah.
here.
And
I get that. Because the computer would be like, what do you mean? Like, I don't
But
get
that's
that.
the plot to Andor. It's a political drama. It's the political drama of what it's like to like
It's just
start.
because it's like, for me, it's because I'm like I'm just your typical nerd. I want to see some fucking, you know what I mean? So it's like, if I don't see the lightsaber battles.
Did you watch the end to Kenobi?
Yeah, I did.
Right. So it's not like that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but like that's the thing. Like I could imagine people that have this nostalgia for A New Hope for Episode 4, like liking Andor more, because Andor really, really expands. Because like A New Hope isn't about that that Jedi bullshit.
The
really,
oppressive, imperialistic
it's just
shit.
actual sci-fi, like rebelling against
16
this
Samurai.
Empire, 16 Samurai kind of thing. And like
it's actually learning about the instead of learning about the Jedi and the main characters, you're learning about the people of the world.
building.
You know what I
right,
mean?
but like it's more than that. It's like how hard would it have been to start a Splinter Cell group for an empire that owns the galaxy?
Okay, I got you.
How impossible is that? That's the plot to Andor.
Wait, so this guy's
Like
I don't know,
unions.
maybe I'm asking too many questions,
What?
but maybe this guy starts something that we
He
know about.
he like accidentally falls into a rebel Splinter Cell group.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
And that's how he ends up working for the group that finds the Death Star plans in Rogue One.
Correct.
Okay.
So like that's the plot to the show.
Okay. Okay.
And like how
Super
do all
dope.
these other like Mon Mothma and like all these other political like influences that were secretly supporting the Empire, how did they get their start? Like how hard is that? Like how hard were they watched? And like Andor's great. And it's like it's great because like
It's on Disney Plus.
yes.
Yes.
Bless you.
Andor's great because it doesn't have to rely on those super high profile sci-fi elements. It can actually just do good acting for 12 episodes, and you can feel the pressure of what it means to be working in a rebel Splinter Cell group. That's why Andor's cool.
I need to check it out then. I probably need to peep. It's because like I said, man, I love Star Wars, but to me, Star Wars, like, I don't know if you ever played the games, but did you ever play Return of the Jedi?
No.
Return of the Jedi was fun as fuck because like you just a regular ass person just coming.
I
around
played some games. I like the Lego ones. The Lego ones are always fun.
They're always dope because you can just always, like I said, just like fucking hack and slash some
Yeah.
motherfuckers, bro. I love that shit. I played Revenge of the Sith, but the last Star Wars game I officially bought rather than played for free because it was on Game Pass, but I officially bought was Revenge of the Sith for the PlayStation 2.
Remember the one that came out for the 64 or the PlayStation, the one that you were Han Solo, I think, or and then you had to run through this like trains and you had to jump and you were in Hoth and like
No, I had never played that. I never played
All
that.
those making shit up
I
again.
can't remember.
All those making shit up again.
Maybe that was a game.
Well, I'm excited that they're rebooting the Knights of the Old Republic series because I never played those games.
You never played them?
I never played the Knights of the
I
Old
think
Republic.
that's what it's
computer.
called, Old Republic.
I played them on the
Well,
computer.
Knights of
Really
the Old
fun.
Republic is about what's his name? He has a mask. He's part Jedi, part Sith.
I don't know what his name is, but I know who you're talking about. I've seen his
I
face
never
before.
played those
Yeah,
games. I never played those games.
never
I'm
beat
excited
them.
they're redoing them.
I've only played the beginning and like a couple missions, and that's it.
Well, I know they have a great story.
Apparently.
I know they have an excellent story apparently, and like they're literally just about like, what if you're a Padawan and you just take over a Mandalorian ship one day?
I think the game that I played was Knights of the Republic, but I think you can choose which like kind of like race you fall in. I went to Sith. I don't give a shit. That's exactly where I would fall into, is a Sith.
No, that's not true, CJ. You would
Hell-
not fall
Hell
into
yeah,
the Sith.
dude! You would not take the Sith path. You would not go to the
Never.
dark
I
side.
don't think
Never
so.
know.
I would
it's not-
definitely.
the-
it's
Yeah.
for
Do
sure.
you not
worth
know
it.
about the rule of two?
Yeah, you cannot
There
have
could-
sex before marriage.
The rule of two is that there can only be two people in the whole galaxy that can pull from the powers of the dark side, which is why.
And I'd be one of them.
But see, that's why you die, because
What
like
do you mean I was-
hubris is part of the dark side failure. To the point that like that's why Darth Plagueis died from Darth Sidious, because Darth Sidious wanted to make a Padawan and make a new chapter in and of himself, but he had to kill his master. Because
Why would
the
you do
the
that?
point of the dark side is about jealousy, it's about power
Luke
hungriness.
Skywalker doesn't matter.
Bro, you're literally describing me. I would do that easily. I would be like the greatest Sith Lord ever, man.
Not even true.
Darth Vader
No,
would be
not
like
true.
Darth Vader. I'm
Not
like,
true.
man, get up out of here, little man.
Not true.
You're nothing.
Not even true. Not even true.
Besides Endor and then
Aldo still hasn't watched The House of Dragon.
I
He
haven't
still
watched
hasn't
it.
read Volume 1 of Gunbeard Sisters.
I haven't.
And he hasn't. And he admitted earlier he hasn't been watching Chainsaw Man.
He
Like,
hasn't watched
should.
Chainsaw Man.
But I read.
Mappa
I read
is
the
in
first
their
5.
bag. In
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man, they
Yeah,
are
yeah,
like
no,
yo,
they're real
no,
good.
they
They're real
are.
good with
They're
it,
pulling
for
out
real.
all fucking stops on.
And I think they're really Mappa's even doing good things and like things you don't expect an animation studio to do. That they're even getting the voice acting right. They're getting like the episode direction correct because like
they got Deji's voice
I think
perfect.
it's episode 4 of the manga when who's the super scared girl?
I know you're talking about. What is her name?
Mako or Maki or
It's like Makimo or Makimo
yeah,
or something like that. I know what you're talking about.
Like her being scared in the anime feels way more significant than her being scared in
in the manga, yeah, because dude, hearing her fucking whimper and
She's
I was like,
shaking and
yo,
crying and
I was like,
whimpering.
yo, shut this fucking. No offense. I mean, I would probably.
But
be
that's
scared
the
too.
point that it was supposed to get off in the manga, and you never felt
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
manga.
In the manga, I just felt like she was a little bit scared, but it's like, oh, come on, girl, toughen up. But in the anime, I was watching it, and I'm like, yo, this bitch needs to shut the fuck up, bro. Like, I fucking, especially when she pulled the knife out, and she's like, Deji, you need to die, bitch. And I'm like, oh my god,
Star Wars Shadow Empire. Did you guys ever play this for 64?
Nah, that shit's
Nah, I
fake.
never played.
That shit looks.
That's
shit
just
was
fake.
wild, bro. That
No,
shit was
I played Revenge of the
wild.
Sith for the Nintendo DS when it first came out. It was fun because you could play like with ships and you could like fly around and battle.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen that.
Kobeni.
Who's that? Oh, that's the name of the
Yeah.
chick. Okay.
Kobeni.
Yeah, that fucking whimpering ass girl.
Higashima. Yeah,
From
yeah,
where?
yeah.
From
When are we?
Chainsaw
Gonna,
Man.
we're gonna. When are we gonna watch a comment God Kill? I mean, not a comment God
We
Kill.
did.
Kill a Kill.
That's a really good question, Aldo. That's
Wait,
a
probably
really.
after
That hasn't been
Hunter
an
x Hunter?
episode on here.
Probably Hunter x
We've
Hunter?
never done it. We've only watched 3 Studio Trigger anime.
Kill a
It's-
Kill is like fucking classic.
No, and we just watched a Studio Trigger like 3 weeks ago. We watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Like, and like
one of my friends has been telling me to watch that like religiously.
it's probably gonna be
And
anime of the
I
year.
need to
Like
check
it's
out.
literally in
I need
like my top 2 for like
really
anime
to-
of the
recommend it
year
as well.
for a year for this year. For completed anime that started and finished in this year, it's probably top 2. Like
Watch it. It's in
I'm not
English, right? It's in,
what
it's in English, or it's like in.
is it English? I think so.
I don't know. I
No,
thought
it is. It
okay,
is. It
why
is.
does
It
it
is.
seem
It's
like
not
it's
that
like
way.
a stupid
Because like
question
I
to
didn't
ask.
even think about watching it in English. I was
This
like,
is-
huh? People think about watching it in English. Huh?
This is between hers. This
It's
is anime.
it's the most Hispanic represented anime I've ever seen in my life.
It's like English.
You guys are treating me like I'm an idiot. I need
No.
you to stop. I need you to stop.
anyways, that might be it for the Nerd Down. Does anybody have anything else? Any more One Piece discussions?
No, I'm just really glad, although that you are reading and catching up.
I'm a One Piece fan.
watch. There'll be an inevitable time where he'll be like, "Yo, I've completed Wano," and
I'm
be
waiting
like,
for the
"Oh,
day he
yes."
catches up, bro.
Yeah.
In like 2 years, when we can really be like, "Holy
Yeah,
shit!"
we can all discuss
Holy
together at the
shit,
same time. And
like-
be like, "Yo, did you read the
What a
recent
day that
chapter?"
will be! What a day!
That's gonna be an amazing. You're gonna catch up eventually, bro. I know. Inevitably, you're gonna catch up.
Anyways,
Yeah.
anyways, my name is Drew Philippius. That's all that matters. This is Christopher James. This has been Between
Nerds.
Nerds.